Hey, everybody.
Living color.
So we're going to get started. We're going to be getting the interview and everything started in just a bit. Everyone in the chat, though, you can tell us how's the video quality, how's the sound quality. Let us know, please. We have a nice little microphone going. We did some tests earlier, but yeah, let us know how we sound. And as the room fills up with people, we're going to start the interview proper. And yeah, we're going to have some fun today. We're going to give away prizes, and we're going to talk a lot to this guy right here. And should be good stuff. So yeah. Let's see, we got Wondering, who's already in the room? We got Wondering through Shenmue. We got Phantom River Stone. We have got Nick P. We've already got some people in the chat here. All right, cool beans. Well, Eric.
Does this sound okay? Is this the background sound okay? Can you hear us?
Yeah. Let us know how we're sounding today. Low res, hey dude. Hello, low res. Hey. All right. Yeah, let us know how we're sounding today. Internet Junkie says hello. Wandering Through Shenmue says, yeah, you're good. So if Wandering Through Shenmue doesn't know quality sound, who does?
Good is good enough.
Who does? All right. Cool. We're going to let some people kind of like file in, and then we're going to start doing some fun stuff. But first, we can just get started. Eric, how the hell are you?
Good.
How's life treating you these days?
It's good. Nothing, can't complain.
Yeah.
It's getting cooler.
It is, thank God.
Which is nice. It's real humid today, but it's at least cooling down.
Actually, today, national holiday here in Japan, the first day of autumn. The autumnal equinox.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is. Today, first day of autumn here in Japan is a national holiday.
So night and day are the same lengths of time.
Yeah, it's perfectly balanced. So why not have a national holiday for that?
But it's so nice in Japan. The national holidays are like Children's Day and Respect for the Aged Day.
Yeah.
And Ocean Day and things. It's all like very natural, very much about people or nature or the seasons or something like that, which I really like. It's better than celebrating war or presidents or something.
Yeah, President's Day. Well, those are, nobody gives a shit. Those are just no work day. Just call them all no work day. That's fine enough.
Yeah.
But respect for the elderly, that was just earlier this week, right? That was Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was chatting with a bunch of my kids and just asking them like what they did for their elderly holiday or whatever.
How did you respect your elders?
How did you respect your elders today? And they were, giving old Grammy and Grampy some presents and stuff, so that's really nice. And of course the kids who said they didn't do anything, I gave them a shake my fist at them. You damn kids.
You damn kids, get off my lawn.
All right, who do we got here? We got Joel G-Man. Hello, Joel. Cool FX Pro, YTP. Tikio's Junk Drawer. That's Sam. Sam's
Hi, Sam.
Joining us today. These guys are, Sam says, these guys are badass. That's true.
I think you have a great ass myself.
Yeah, you're not doing too bad yourself there, Skull Crusher, good guy, says, hey, Jim, hope you're having a good holiday over there. We are indeed Skull Crusher. Falcon Scott from the UK joining us. Good morning from London, England, 4:02 a.m. And Vincent Lai, what's up, bro? What's up, Vincent? How you doing, buddy? All right, so we got some people coming in. Something, we can talk about it again later, but in November, you're making a trip to the United States, right?
Yeah.
What is that? What is that about?
It's actually, since I'm in Japan, I don't go to a lot of conventions, game cons and things. But the wonderful, generous people of Sonic Sega Fan Jam have invited me to come to Atlanta, Georgia, and on November 12th. And it's a Saturday, and that's the Sonic Sega Fan Jam.
Wow.
And it's a all fan sponsored thing. They took a Kickstarter and it's a non-profit type of thing. So it's for fans by fans. And it's really cool. They've been doing it for quite a few years, but this is like a real big one.
Yeah.
And it will be the first time, so I think especially for Shenmue fans, it's the first time that Corey and Liesel and I have been together since like 2001.
Yeah.
When we made Shenmue 2.
Yeah.
And so the first time in over 20 years the three of us are going to be together. And it's the first time we've ever been together at a game compound.
Yeah.
So we'll be there. Another guy I remember from Sonic is going to be there.
And you'll have a panel with Corey and Liesl, right?
We'll be on a panel, fielding questions and things like that from everyone. And then we'll be signing stuff and, just socializing, taking photos. And we'll be hanging out there for a day or two.
Okay.
And it's at the Atlanta Hilton Marietta Hotel and Convention Center.
Nice.
Looks like a really nice place. So I'm looking forward to it.
Is this going to be your first convention in the U.S.?
My first convention anywhere, anytime.
Wow. So all this time as someone involved in video games, and you've never done a gaming convention?
Well, they don't really have them in Japan in the same way.
True, not so much.
And yeah. And when they're in the States, it's just too much of a hassle to get all the way over there for something like that.
Yeah.
This time they sponsored me.
Yeah. Well,
so it's very nice.
They're sponsoring you, and it's also kind of special, right? You get to see some of your old buddies.
Yeah.
Some of your old drinking pals that heard some fun stories from Corey about.
Yeah. I mean, of course, it's going to be good to see Corey and Liesl, but a lot of other guys, a lot of the Jims and the Jameses and those guys will all be there. And so it's going to be fun. Patrick and Evan put it on.
Yeah.
And so I'm really looking forward to it.
Nice.
It's fun.
So historic, not in just that it's the first time you've seen Corey and Liesl in like 20 some odd years.
I've seen Liesl since then.
Yeah.
Because she moved to the States about 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Around that time, I guess, to LA. But, she grew up in Japan.
Right.
So I would often see her at different studios and gigs and stuff.
So I guess more accurate to say the first time the voice cast is together
for sure,
again.
For sure.
And historically, it's your first ever game convention.
Yeah.
So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So you're gonna have your panel.
Yeah.
I assume you're gonna have like a booth or something where you can do like a signing session, photographs, that kind of.
Yeah, he said we're each gonna be given a little table.
Yeah.
And we'll be signing stuff. I'm bringing some things. For example, I have like an 8x10, like this 8x10 of me and some of my kind of most well-known characters.
Yeah.
And then I have 5x7s of each of these as well. And they'll be available. And so I'll be, signing those for people. And I've actually decided to bring my collection of video games and memorabilia and everything.
Tell me more.
You'd like this. You should check it out. Over the past, 25 years, I collect games that I've done, or sometimes, Sega or Namco or some company like that has given me stuff, and so I just collected it, and got a nice collection.
Yeah.
But
I've seen this collection, by the way. It is pretty sweet.
And some kind of rare stuff you can only get in Japan, or only get if you're doing my job and they give it to me. Only there's kind of cast and crew kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I've had it for so long.
Yeah.
And it's just on my shelves or in my closet. And since they were nice enough to invite me to this conference, and it's going to be all like Sega kind of people,
super fans.
And so I thought, might as well let somebody else enjoy it. I've enjoyed it for so long.
Yeah.
So give it a new home and share it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'm correct. I'm hearing you correctly. A bunch of the stuff that you have at your apartment is you're going to be selling it at the.
Yeah, I'll bring it to there. Put it out on a table.
Yeah.
First come, first serve. Get there early.
Holy shit.
And so a lot of fun stuff.
Oh, you heard it here first. Eric Kelso's private collection is going to be up for sale at the Sonic and Sega Fan Jam in Hotlanta.
Hotlanta.
Is this your first? This is going to be your first time going to like the South at all.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
you're stomping grounds.
Yeah. I'm an old Southern boy myself. Get ready for some good food, I guess. You know, you might put on a few pounds before you get back.
I'm taking them off before I go, so try to preemptive strike.
Nice, good plan, solid plan.
And I'm looking forward to some good ribs.
Yeah. Oh, dude, crush a fucking. Oh, never mind. We can swear on my channel. It's fine.
Okay.
Barbecue, crush it. All the food you're ever gonna want is in Atlanta. Even I'll just give like a quick plug. There's a soul food kitchen here in Tokyo, run by a couple of people from Atlanta, and it's the only place in the city I've been able to get a decent bowl of gumbo.
Really?
So yeah, gumbo and some sick mac and cheese.
What's the name of the place in Tokyo?
Soul Food House.
Oh, I know that place. I've never been, but I've heard of it.
It's in Asabu Juban, and it's awesome. Just a plug, you know, they're not sponsoring me or anything, but I do love to eat there.
Not yet.
All right, let's look at what we got going in the chat.
Oh, by the way, here's where we are.
Oh yeah, we're at Tokyo Video Gamers today. One of my favorite places to come and hang out when I'm in Akihabara. If you're ever in town, come stop here. As you can see behind us, free video games to play, food to snack on, booze to drink. All right, let's have a look here. What's going on in the chat? We got a lot of people in here today. We got Vincent, we got Luke Williams. Hello, Luke. We got Oyachi Taco. Konnichiwa Games. Yeah, it's sort of a half game center, half bar in here. Being able to meet Eric at a con is so badass. It is. That's about the most badass thing you can do. Matthew Ocean XVX is here. Hello, Matthew. He says, hey. Let's see. Eric wants. We have a question for you already, Eric.
Sure.
Malcolm Scott from the UK wants to know: do you have any favorite video games? Because I know you're an old schooler. You don't play many video games these days.
I don't play video games as much. I only played video games when I was a kind of a kid, and in those days they were like antiques. So, you know. But my favorite video game I liked as a kid when I was like in high school was Asteroids.
Nice.
And there was Space Invaders as well, but too much stress because they start getting faster and faster and start coming at trying to kill you.
Yeah.
And I don't like video games where they're trying to kill me. So Asteroids, you just kind of cruise around. Like,
yeah.
You kind of have it. It's just kind of cool, like sliding motion.
So you want there to be like a little bit of a flow to it, where it's like Space Invaders is very like sort of stiff and aggressive. Everything moves kind of
right, and you can figure out, you know, the timing, and you can learn how to get better.
Yeah.
But Asteroids was just all just like boom. Things just are completely random the whole time. So every time you play, it's completely. It's like jazz.
Asteroids is like jazz. You heard it here. Actually, they have a Space Invaders machine here, and if you can beat the girl that works here, she's got the high score.
Wow.
If you can beat her high score, you get free drinks, I think.
Wow.
So that's pretty sweet. All right, so you heard it. Eric, you're solid saying your favorite video game is Asteroids.
To play, because I haven't played that many.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was busy working or doing something. I've done voices for a lot of games.
Yeah, you've done voices. We're going to get into that in a little bit.
I have those favorite games.
Yeah.
But as far as playing, I've just never been much of a player.
Okay. So we'll leave it at that then. What else? Who else do we have here? Matthew Ocean says, "What an awesome opportunity! It's Paul Phoenix and Wu Yingren." That's right. And as we're gonna do kind of like a little bit of deep dive on Eric's career as a gaming voiceover artist. So we're gonna see that he has some of his more famous characters like Ren and Paul, but you've got
Jackie.
like a 30-year career pretty much voicing video game characters. So we're gonna take a little bit more of a deep dive on that in a bit. Scruffy looking RGB, my good friend, he's here. He says, "Hey dudes, how you guys doing today?" We're doing very well, Scruffy. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing all right. And who else do we got? Wandering through Shenmue, love walking around Akiba for hours. Nick P, Tikyo Sam. Don't mind supporting the fuck out of that guy. Guys, smash the like button. Yeah, if you're just coming in, hit the like button. If you want to share the stream on your social media site of choice, please do. We'd appreciate it. Someone wants to know what you're drinking, Eric.
This is Oolong Hai.
Oolong Hai.
Which is like a shot of of shochu, which is like about a 23%, 28% kind of clear spirit, and then the rest is oolong tea. So you get a little buzz, and you get caffeine. So it's kind of a good combination.
Radical.
And very light.
And I'm playing it safe. I'm drinking orange juice. It is not a screwdriver.
From a dirty glass.
From a very dirty glass, though.
That's tough.
Question. Okay, we can get interesting question. This is from Wandering Through Shenmue. He said, of the voice work you've done, is there one that sticks out in your mind that was like the most demanding to do, like most difficult? Because some of them are more dialogue heavy than others, obviously.
I'd say if it's fun, it's not as difficult.
Yeah.
I think the most fun was probably Ren in Shenmue.
Yeah.
Because I had the most lines.
Yeah.
And I liked that character a lot.
Yeah.
And he's got a kind of an attitude that was kind of fun to find and kind of live in and become him.
Yeah.
He became me or something.
Yeah.
And that was really fun. I like him.
Nice.
The most difficult one I ever did was a game that was Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes, okay.
And I don't know what year that was. That was like in the,
We've got
in the
references
80s or something.
Wait, in the 80s?
I'm sorry, in the 90s or around 2000.
Let me see if I can find it here. John Griffin, Planet of the Apes, various voices, 2001.
2001.
What would you have been doing in Planet of the Apes?
Every ape.
You did every ape.
I had to do like the big apes, like kind of thing. I did that. I had to do like that. I had to do all of the apes of all different sizes and good apes and bad apes, and then the voices.
Wow.
Various voices. Basically, it's all voices.
Okay.
And that was. I had such a sore throat, and I was coughing and everything after that. It was fun, but I was like sweating and.
Okay, so you learned something new every day. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, Paul Phoenix, Rin, Jackie, gorillas, apes, chimpanzees, everything they needed. Wow, okay, very interesting. I didn't know that either.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much for that question, Wandering Through Shenmue. That was a great question. Thank you very much. My like button is smashed here, mate. All right, thank you very much. Rave Racer 91, hello, just passing by. Hello, Rave Racer. Nick P wants to know if you ever actually played any of the games that you do voices for. Just as like a little fun.
When I first started, I think the first time I did Paul Phoenix at Tekken and Jackie in Virtual Fighter. On those two characters, I went to the game arcade in Tokyo, put in my 100 yen, chose that character, and played, but I really suck. So I'm like, it's like, come on! Dead.
Yeah, dead.
It's like, I'm the toughest in the universe. Dead.
All that bravado.
And nothing to back it up. And so, and it was really noisy. But I just kind of wanted to hear my voice.
Okay.
And so I played my guy, and I could hear my voice. And even though I was dead quickly, I didn't care. I just wanted to see the final, game. How it was put together.
Okay.
And how it works.
So you got what you came for.
And so I got my, my ego, stroked. And I got to see how it actually looked in the final game.
And it must be nice to see something that, some work you're involved with. Go to the game center and see like lots of people playing it. Everybody enjoying it.
I did one time. I was in a game center doing something, and some guy was playing Jackie. He was like, yeah. And right behind him, I went, yeah. And he went. I said, that's me.
Nice.
And he's like, no. I'm like, yeah. And I walked away.
That must be great at bars.
So I felt kind of like a celebrity. It's kind of fun.
That's got to be a lot of fun at bars. Just keep the folks entertained. So, because even to this day, like if we go to like an arcade over here somewhere, Tekken is still very popular. Virtua Fighter is still very popular. So a lot of the stuff you're still doing voices for, it's still being played a lot right now. So I don't know. That might be fun someday. You know, you and me go hit an arcade and go try out some of those games.
We could do that, just like when people are playing things. I could just do voices behind them or something like
Wouldn't
that.
Wouldn't that be fun? Isn't that a fun video idea, everyone? Oh, okay. But yeah, okay. So cool beans. So not so much playing the games anymore, but like back in the day to kind of just see the finished product.
Yeah, I like watching. I'm not good.
Yeah.
I suck at playing video games, so that's one reason I don't play. But I like watching other people play.
Yeah.
So I've been I've been people's homes or arcades and things like that where other people are playing my characters.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting for me to watch what they can do.
Yeah.
Because when I'm playing, they can't do anything.
Yeah.
And so, and I watch online like YouTube videos of different people playing the games and to check it out, and I really like that.
Yeah.
I like to see what they can do.
Yeah. Nice.
And they all turn out really cool.
I mean,
and I'm always amazed at the graphics and the.
Yeah, it's such a progression because I myself I've been playing like Tekken since I was maybe like 10 years old. And so like the game progression, like how not just like the visuals improved, but like the gameplay is improved and expanded. They keep those classic characters. Paul is a good example of a character that was there from the first game up to like the most recent games, and they just keep evolving that character. So, it's a lot of it's fun, great series. All right, so thank you very much for your question, sir. Nick P. Let's see. Wandering Through Shenmue says he loves that answer. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for the question, Wandering Through Shenmue. James B. Greetings from Ohio. Peter Stathos, hello Peter, says greetings from Australia. All right, so we got a lot of people in here. Do you remember, that's an interesting question, Incubus the band? Yes, I do. Tekken 8 trailer, yes, Tekken 8 was recently announced. Any involvement with Tekken 8?
They haven't contacted me, so
sons of bitches.
Sons of bitches.
I don't know. I think maybe they're just
I'm the toughest in the universe.
You heard it here. All right. So we're going to move on. We're going to go over some of your characters that you've played over the years. First, though, so if I can just take these. So we've got these nice glossy. What size are these?
8x10.
So we got some 8x10s here by Eric with all of his characters and things like that. Eric is actually going to be signing these as the stream progresses. And we're going to be giving those away to some of you viewers. And we also, not going to reveal them yet, we have some games here featuring Eric. Eric is going to sign those too. And we are also going to be giving those away as prizes. So it's going to be a raffle. If you would like, we already have 17 names in the hat. That's my 17 channel members. So if you would like your name thrown in the hat as well, there are two ways you can do that. One, you can hit the join button, become a channel member, and then your name will automatically be thrown into the raffle. And when we draw prizes, you'll be in the running. Or if you would prefer, you can submit a super chat of $5, and we will add your name to the list of entrants. But again, we have 8x10s signed by Eric, and I'll just reveal them here. We have some super secret games. Tekken 3, Eric's first time ever voicing the character of Paul Phoenix, and a very special treat. Copy of US Shenmue featuring Eric, Corey, Liesl, everyone. Eric is
That's rare.
This is very uncommon. Eric is going to be signing this today, and we are going to be giving this to one lucky viewer. So again, if you'd like to be in the running to win some of this very cool stuff, either hit the join button, become a channel member, and your name will be added to the list, or if you prefer, submit a super chat of $5, and we will add your name to the list. And then later at the end of the stream, we're going to draw winners, and someone's going to get these games, someone's going to get these 8x10s. Again, everything signed by Mr. Eric Kelso. So by all means, sign up if you want to have your name thrown in the ring. And with that, we've got some printouts here. Classic analog style paper. So we are going to be going through Eric's entire gameography. I guess we'd have to call it gameography.
And it's filmography, and that's from IMDb.
Okay.
But I guess it's a gameography.
We'll get started with your first, and I want to know if this is like if you have like what memories you have of being cast to do this. Your very first video game character was in 1996. the game was Soul Blade, the original Soul Blade by Namco. You played Siegfried Stoffen. Do you have any memory, 1996, do you have any memory like how, so that's your first video game character. Were you doing voiceovers before that?
Yeah, I started doing voice work in like 1990, but around that time, but it was mostly like educational work and promotion videos for companies, corporate videos and things like that. And then I'm not really sure how I got that gig. Just one of my agents contacted me and they said, you want to do a job? And I was like, yeah, I'll do any job. I want to work. And so went to the studio and they handed me a script. And for that one, I don't think there was video. So there was no video to look at to understand the character or anything. They just kind of gave me a drawing of the character and said, this is the guy and this is kind of how he is, and just say those lines. Okay? There wasn't a lot of direction. I had no idea about the game. And so I'm just like, just tell me, like, is he old or is he young? Is he a good guy or is he a bad guy? Is he a smart guy? Is he a stupid guy?
Yeah.
I just need some kind of stereotypical boxes to put him into so I can figure out what kind of voice it would be. And so they gave me some character analysis. And I did it. And like every game, you do it, you say, how's this? They go, a little bit older, like this. Okay, that's good. Or a little bit younger, or a little bit nicer, or something. And then you just kind of fine tune it to where they get a sound that they like, and then you do it, and then they say bye, and that's it.
So that being like a fighting game. So prior to that, you were doing, because you do voice a lot of like educational materials, narration, stuff like that.
Yeah, documentaries and stuff.
It's a fighting game. It's a fighting game character. So there's like a lot of like grunting and hi-hats and stuff.
Yeah,
like
the
that.
exertion sounds.
Yeah. So had you like done any like training for something like that, like prior?
No. The exertion sounds are always funny because on the script it would say like, quick kick to the head.
Yeah.
Receiving.
So you have to imagine I'm getting kicked in the head.
Right. And it's like hard kick to the head. Receiving. I'm like, okay, never been kicked in the head before, but what's the difference between a hard kick to the head and a quick kick to the head? And a hard kick to the head would be like, oh!
Yeah.
Quick kick, oh!
Yeah.
So you just have to kind of go with that, and then they give advice, and after a while you learn how to make it more guttural, more breathy, sharper, deeper.
So it's fair to say, like, so you sort of like evolved, like you were almost like learning as you went along.
100%.
Doing these
No
characters.
training, no teaching. Nobody has that.
So they were just like, we like the sound of your voice.
They listened to my voice sample.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, we like his, I don't know what voice they liked on my demo.
Yeah.
They never say.
Yeah.
And they just chose me. And how are you on Tuesday at 4? Okay.
But as far as the recording itself of the character of Siegfried, no real recollection of that. Just go in.
I just know that it was interesting to me to do a video game.
Yeah.
Because I had never done that before.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And then that opened up a whole new kind of field.
Had you had training as like an actor before that, like stage or anything?
I did a little bit of acting in like junior high school and high school a little bit, but I studied film in university.
Yeah.
That was my major. And so part of that major, you had to take some drama acting classes.
Sure, yeah.
And directing classes and stuff.
Yeah.
And so that, I learned some things doing that. But not especially voice work, no.
Yeah. So you just sort of like went in there and found you had a natural talent.
I don't know. They liked me, so I guess it was okay.
I think a 30-some-odd year career kind of suggests you were pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I
All right.
had my heyday.
Awesome. All right. We're going to get to your next character first. I got some people here. We have Peter Stathos, who gave us 2 super chats, actually, $5 and $10. And Peter Stathos says, love the channel, keep up the great work. Thank you very much, Peter. I've already added your name to the list of entries. So later in this stream, good luck to you, sir. You might be winning either some photographs or some video games signed by Eric Kelso. But thank you very much for the super chats. Your name has been thrown into the hat, sir.
I see Wu Ying Ren is there, Matthew in Louisiana. How you doing, bud?
Louisiana?
Yeah, Louisiana.
My own home state.
Yep.
All right, so Matthew, Wu Ying Ren, hello, buddy. Greetings from a fellow Louisianan. All right, and who else do we have here? Scruffy looking RGB. No Tekken games behind us? Afraid not.
No.
We've got behind us, we've got King of Fighters.
King of Fighters I'm in, but maybe not
This
not
particular
this
one. We've got King of Fighters, we've got Stakes Winners, we've got Baseball, and we have Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. No Tekken here today, unfortunately. BrawlyCon is here. Says, good to see you, Jim. It's midnight in Florida. Going to bed. Stay safe out there. Well, thank you very much for stopping by, BrawlyCon. Always good to hear from you. All right, let's continue on. Next on the list, another big character for you. Same year, 1996, your first time voicing Jackie Bryant, Virtua Fighter 3. So you did your first character, Siegfried. How does that, because Soul Blade, Siegfried, that's a Namco property. Virtua Fighter, that's Sega.
Yeah.
So is it just one of those things where your name is just out there and people are just picking it up?
I guess they might have connected somehow. I'm not sure. Or it could just been the same random audition demo.
Yeah.
But Jackie was different because the first one, Namco, was at a smaller studio, and my first time didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
The second time was at the big Sega studio in Otori. You know, huge recording room.
Yeah.
All like, you know, wood paneling and beautiful. And there was a big poster of the game outside.
The Sega,
you know,
glitz. Yeah.
And it was like Jackie. I'm like, shit,
Yeah.
main guy. And so went in. They gave me more information. Again, just photographs. I mean, drawings and things. Not real. They hadn't done the video graphics finished it yet.
Yeah.
And I think that was with Yu Suzuki.
Yeah.
And first time to meet him.
So you go in to record Jackie, and then there's Yu Suzuki, like the man himself.
Yeah. And, you know, there's, you know, you got 4 or 5 guys manning the controls. And you're behind the you know, you're in the fishbowl, behind the glass. And then just right inside the door, kind of over on the side on the sofa, is Yu Suzuki and a couple other guys and the assistant director. And then I would just speak through the glass to the assistant director. He was on mic. And then Suzuki-san was kind of out of my visual range. And he would relay things to the assistant director, and then he would speak to me. But I did meet Yu-san. You know, I didn't know who he was at the time. And
Just video game guy.
yeah, he was just the guy who was directing. But I met him. He's a very nice guy. But it was the first time it started a good relationship with us. And yeah, I didn't, you know, who knew
Yeah.
that was Yu Suzuki at the time.
Yeah, but so presumably, well, not presumably, you did a great job as Jackie. That voice is
I guess he liked it, and he hired me for some other gigs.
for a lot of other gigs. I mean,
Yeah.
You've been the voice of Jackie Bryant since 1996.
Yeah, basically.
And on top of that, obviously, you're, you know, developing that working relationship with Yu Suzuki. Goes on to Shenmue and other Sega stuff like F-Zero GX, all that kind of thing. We'll get to that later, but yeah, so that's pretty cool. Do you have any, like, so that's your first time meeting Yu Suzuki, you go in to voice Jackie.
Jackie was fun.
Yeah.
Because they said, I can kind of feel Jackie because they said, he's this young guy, he's just 20, something like that. He's a race car driver. He's just wearing like a leather jacket and jeans. You know, he just looks like a regular kind of guy.
Yeah.
And they wanted him, they say he's young, he's got a lot of energy. And so at first I gave him kind of like this, yeah, come on. Kind of, no, he's young.
Yeah.
He's young, he's pure, he's got a lot of talent. So like a higher voice.
Yeah, yeah.
So they wanted like, yeah, come on.
Yeah.
You know, you can't beat me, kind of thing like that. And make him kind of cocky.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that. And he's like, that's it. That's what I want. I'm like, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
You know. So that was fun.
Awesome. Okay, cool. All right. So that's Jackie. All right, we got some more comments here. We got Wu Ying Rin. We got Apollo, my good friend Apollo. Hey, buddy. Says, hey, are you having fun? I'm having fun. I think those oolong pies are gonna.
Yeah, they're not that strong, so I'll have to have a few.
Increase the fun a little bit. And
Apollo is the person who did the artwork for you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Apollo has been doing a lot of artwork for me recently. Actually, appearing in my next video.
Cool.
With me. First time ever you get to see Apollo on video. But yeah, so cool. Okay, we're gonna move on again. Just a reminder, games, picks, all kinds of stuff being signed by Eric today. Memberships or super chats, whatever the case may be.
Should we do a pick or something?
You want to do a pick now? Give away, draw a name, give away. Okay, we're gonna do a giveaway right now. 8x10.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna give away an 8x10 right now, signed by Mr. Eric Kelso. Again, if you want some of these prizes, it's either there's a $5 super chat, or if you want to hit the join button, become a member, you can also do that. But we are doing raffles to give away all this stuff today. So first up, 8x10 with the John Hancock of Mr. Eric Kelso.
I'll sign it. Just my signature, or do you want me to personalize it? Or
how about Eric Kelso? All right. You want to pull the winner first and then sign?
Yeah, if you want to pull it and then ask them what do they want on it.
Okay.
I can do that right now.
All right, so we're going to pull a winner now. And if the winner is in fact in the chat, you get to get a customized signature from Eric. So let's do a random number generator from 1 to 18. And let's pick.
You get 8.
Oh, whoopsie. That's why it's good to have two heads on these things. All right, so here we go. We're going to draw the winner of the first prize, an 8x10 signed by Mr. Kelso himself. The winner is number
cool.
3. Number 3 is Matthew Ocean XVX. Matthew, I know you're here in the chat. Claim your prize, sir. Matthew Ocean, you just won yourself an 8x10 signed by the one, the only, Eric Kelso. Matthew Ocean XV.
What do you want me to put on it?
Matthew says, heck yeah. Matthew, you get a personalized signature from Eric Kelso. What would you like? Him, what kind of, with love? I love you, Matthew. Eric Kelso. Your own personalized message, Matthew. Just let us know in the comments.
Eric Kelso, whatever you want.
To Matthew, with love. From Eric Kelso.
Hugs and kisses.
Hugs and kisses, XOXO, very good. So go ahead, Matthew, let us know down in the comments, in the chat there, what you would like in your little message. Your signed 8x10 by Eric Kelso. Again, to everyone else, we are going to be giving away more signed 8x10s by Eric, and we're also going to be giving away signed video games. Tekken 3, US Shenmue, a rare find indeed.
This is amazing, the US Shenmue.
Eric's going to be signing these. We're going to be giving those away. So hit the join button, become a member, or send us a super chat. All right, moving on. Big deal, this one here. 1998, Tekken 3, Paul Phoenix.
Paul is fun.
Yeah.
Jackie was like, yeah, kind of a young, cocky kid.
Yeah.
And Paul was just looking, I've had enough of you.
Yeah.
Like, get out of here. I'm the toughest in the universe.
The guy at the bar.
Yeah. He's just a big, bad motherfucker.
Yes, exactly.
I fight bears.
You know. And so, a totally different character to play. And so that was really fun. So,
Really had to get down deep into that one.
And again, working with Namco.
Yeah, did a lot Namco.
So they liked you as Siegfried, and they were like, all right, we have this other character who's like totally different, like nothing at all like that character, and want to give this one a shot too.
Yeah, it was fun. I guess they, you know, I didn't complain much, and so they gave me some work, and that was fun. They showed me pictures of Paul. And just this big old fucking arms on him, and the hair, the big spiky blonde hair. I always play blonde guys. Maybe that's the typecasting. we get a blonde guy to play a blonde guy. And so that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Paul.
And again, lots of grunting, lots of impact.
Yeah.
That kind of
so
stuff.
when Jackie says like,
Yeah.
when Paul strikes, there's something like,
Yeah.
so very different sound.
Nice. So your range.
Yeah, it was fun.
Improving.
It's always fun to, have
Nice.
differences.
Fantastic. All right.
What did you want me to sign on there?
Well, Matthew hasn't given us something yet. Matthew has to tell us what he wants for his signature. Meanwhile, we're going to move right along. So after that, you did Paul again for Tekken Tag Tournament. You've done Paul Phoenix a lot. Same like Jackie and Paul. You've done
Jackie and Paul a lot.
Since 1996, 98.
Yeah.
So after Tekken Tag Tournament in 1999, that's when you get cast for Shenmue. As two characters, you get cast as Fukusan, and you get cast as Guizan.
Yeah.
So these games, Tekken, Virtua Fighter, Soul Blade, light on the dialogue, a lot of grunting, a lot of impact sounds, things like that.
Yeah, it takes about an hour to do it.
Shenmue, though, quite a lot of dialogue. So, tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean,
was that a lot? Did you find that a lot more challenging, more difficult?
oh yeah, more challenging. Not difficult because it was fun, but challenging for sure. And I loved it. It was, it was fun because, like you said, a lot of just grunting and yelling. But with Shenmue 1, I got two guys.
Yeah.
They're not just kicking somebody's ass.
Yeah.
Although they do. But they were really had a lot of background. Especially like Fukusan.
Yeah.
He's like a real guy.
Yeah.
He's not like a superhero kicking ass kind of guy. He's just like hanging out at the dojo and friends with Ryo and taking care of Ine-san and she's taking care of him and that's a wonderful thing about Shenmue is you're like in someone's house.
Yeah.
You're in their life. You're just walking around and hanging out half the time.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of it. And Fukusan, they said we want him to be really pure heart, gentle, a bit weak, a bit tentative, not a lot of confidence, and a bit kind of hesitant. And so I gave them a voice, and they said we want even more kind of weak, or not sure of what's happening.
Yeah.
And so I kind of went. I started with "Hey Ryo," kind of "Hey Ryo," and I gave him kind of this kind of voice, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And so Fukusan kind of is not always sure about what he's gonna say, but he's a good guy and cares a lot about Ryo.
Yeah.
And so and Ine-san and the dojo, and so when I was playing Fukusan, I always felt like I was such a good guy.
Yeah.
I have such a good heart when I'm using his voice.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of good karma for me to do Fukusan.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm making points just.
Put yourself in the mind of a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Guizan, as I said before on things, he's just like the Chinese Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, he's kind of harsh.
He's just cool.
Yeah.
And when I was doing Guizan, I just, like Clint Eastwood, I just wouldn't open my mouth. Kind of talk through your teeth like this.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of slow and low and don't get excited.
Yeah.
And even Guizan, like he'd take on like 10 guys and his jacket would be perfectly buttoned and his tie the whole time. Because he's just so cool.
The consummate professional ass kicker.
Yeah.
Kind of guy.
Not much emotion, just doing his job. And so that was totally the opposite of Fukusan.
Yeah.
Which was so fun.
Yeah.
The hard jobs are when they go, okay, I want you to voice 4 high school guys. And they're best friends and they're all on the football team.
Yeah.
Make them different. Like, I don't know, I need a good guy or a bad guy or tall guy or skinny guy or heavy big guy or, I got to give them some different range, some stereotype in some
guy.
way. Yeah. But this was nice because it was quiet, nice, a really quiet, nice, or a very passionate, heartfelt, nice guy, and then a very cool as ice, kick-ass guy. And so that was fun for me.
So you were totally channeling Clint Eastwood when you were.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. In your mind, you're like Clint.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Cool beans. So there you go. A little bit of the inside the mind of Eric Kelso.
Yeah, well, I think everybody does that. You gotta kind of become the characters. And I've said it before, like when I do character voices, like when I get to reprise them, especially like for a Virtua Fighter 5 promo we did for a competition they had, big one.
Yeah.
For the Ultimate Showdown. They asked me to do some voiceover for the history of Virtua Fighter as Jackie.
Yeah.
And so I was able to do Jackie. And they said, how was it to do Jackie again? And I said, oh, it was good to visit an old friend.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't feel like I'm doing their character. I just feel like they're coming out to play.
Yeah.
In a way. And I'm having fun just hanging out with them while they're playing.
Yeah.
But I don't really feel like I'm trying to do their voice.
Yeah.
It's just it's like a genie coming out of the bottle.
It's like it's like a part of your character now.
Yeah, they just kind of live inside me and they come out. Do I play? Okay. They come out and they just play. I have no control.
I've seen it happen, especially after a few drinks. Okay, so Matthew, he says, Eric, could you please sign it? I'm the toughest in the universe.
Okay.
Eric Kelso.
Sure.
So Matthew, you got it, buddy. Mr. Kelso will be signing your personalized 8x10. I'm the toughest in the universe. And his wonderful John hand cat.
Not my cock.
Your hand cat.
My hand's on my cock.
Yeah. That's nothing new.
That's nothing. Okay. Let me just make sure
Check out the Shenmue anime. Scotty Mo wants to know if I've had a chance to check out the Shenmue. I was gonna say Skinmue. That's a different thing altogether, I think. Have I had a chance to check out the Shenmue anime yet? I have not. Were you aware of the Shenmue animated series, Eric?
the one that didn't call me to do it. Yes.
What's wrong with these people?
Yeah. It's great animation.
Yeah.
I mean, just it looks great.
Yeah.
I don't really agree with their voice choices on some of the characters.
Yeah.
But the animation is beautiful, and it seems to be doing well.
I think the general reception from the fans is pretty good because it's very one for one, just like the games, kind of telling the same story. There we go.
Look okay?
It's good to me. Matthew, there's your signed 8x10 by Eric Kelso. I'm the toughest in the universe. That's for you, Matthew. I'm going to be sending that out to you later this month. Looking good.
Okay.
All right. So again, everyone, if you want a chance to win a signed 8x10 by Eric, or if you would like a chance to win a signed video game by Eric later in the stream, you can either hit the join button, become a member, or submit a super chat of $5 or more, and you too could be winning some cool prizes signed by this guy. All right, take a look at this chat. Shenmue for life, says Wu Ying Rin. K-Lead Gamer says, I'm faster than lightning.
I'm faster than lightning.
There we go. Eric just getting drunk and randomly being the guy next to him. Hey, asshole, want to fight? Phantom Riverstone is here. He says, hey, Wu Ying Rin.
Brit.
Let's see. We've got Lenny, 1777. More, let's say, porn food? I don't have any porn food right now. Skin Moon, yeah.
Although
we do have some sausages. Those, you know, do a lot with that. Matthew says, thank you, Eric, for your time. And William Rin says, let's hear one. Rin's voice, let's find this treasure.
Rin,
Yeah.
let's find this treasure.
All right, rock on. And
Money, I'm talking about money.
money, baby. Speaking of money, Low Res, thank you very much. I'm going to add your name to the drawing for today's prizes. Low Res sent us $10. He says, Eric, thank you so much for all of your hard work. It's great to be here hanging out with you and Jim. So, Low Res, I'm putting you now.
Thank you, buddy.
Your name is in the hat. $15. Super chat. Low res. So low res, thank you very much. When we do our next drawing, your name is now in the hat. So good luck to you, sir. All right. What do we have next? So you do Shenmue, and then we get to some of the, as you said, various voices parts of your acting career. Gun Griffin Blaze, which is a game I liked a lot. Giant robot game, running around blowing each other up and stuff like that. Just various voices. Is there like a lot of that that's just kind of like?
I think for a lot of the robot ones like Gun Griffin Blaze and Gundam.
Yeah.
A lot of times they don't have names.
Yeah.
So I just do a lot of the different, and I have a decent range, I think.
Yeah.
So sometimes instead of just doing one thing, they go, we need you to do like 5 different characters, and then it's just little bits of like 5 different ones, but they're not big enough to have a name.
Yeah.
So I don't get like in the credits.
Yeah.
So I don't really know.
So to be like guard 1,
sometimes
guard 2, operator.
Sometimes for the human ones, and then the robot ones, they have names, but I don't know the names.
So you voice the robot itself?
Well, like the Gundam and things like that. So whatever they need, that's I just do it.
Yeah.
But they don't always have like, they're not like credited characters sometimes.
So it's just pop in and just, so it's not like a named character. So they just kind of like, just pop in, give us some stuff. And
right. So in the credits, like on IMDb or something, it'll just say like various voices.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we got the same thing then. We discussed this earlier. After Gun Griffin Blaze, Planet of the Apes, various voices.
I'm not sure if that was a hit game or not. I never really heard much of it, but I did a lot of apes.
So it's based on that 2001 remake,
right?
With what, Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not sure how successful.
I was such a huge fan of the original series. That I was disappointed.
Yeah. So this is one I can't say. So I played Gun Griffin and all these, Tekken, Shenmue, Virtua Fighter. Never played the Planet of the Apes game, but as you said, you're voicing apes. You're gorillas and chimpanzees and all that kind of thing. So
there were some speaking parts, but then after the speaking parts, they just had a list of just not really even words.
Yeah.
It's just like GRPQ.
Yeah.
On the page or something. It's like
yeah.
And so they just asked me to do. Good thing they waited until the end.
Yeah.
Because walking out of there, I couldn't speak.
Killed your voice. Because prior to that, you have this history of like voicing characters, like doing like voices and things like that. And that seems like that's your expertise. And then someone's just like, oh, by the way, we have chimps and gorillas. What can you give us?
Yeah. Well, I do a lot of animal sounds and things like that, so it's kind of fun.
So that's just one of those things where it's like, we have this guy, let's get as much out of him as we can. Kind of like keep the cost low, don't hire a bunch of...
Totally, and it makes sense.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, would you voice apes again, given the chance?
Sure. I'll do anything given the chance.
Nice. Awesome. All right, so in case you didn't know, Eric Kelso, not just characters, some of your favorite characters like Jackie, Paul, or Rin, some of your favorite simians as well.
Sure.
Orangutans.
Lots of animals.
Gorillas, chimpanzees. Maybe we'll probably get to some more animals as we move along, right?
Sure.
Because you've done some other stuff.
Dogs and cats and elephants and stuff.
Okay, so also that year, 2001, Shenmue 2, that's when you first voiced Rin.
Yeah. Rin's probably my all-time favorite character.
So, was there, did you voice the first game and the second game kind of consecutively, or did you come in at different dates for that stuff?
Well, I think there's a 2-year gap.
Yeah.
And so, there was a 2-year gap.
Yeah. So,
Rin was probably the closest to me.
Yeah.
As a character. I mean, I'm not money grubbing like that. But just the same kind of like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
He just kind of goes his own way and doesn't really worry about anything. And so that was a lot of fun. And he had a lot of lines, probably more lines than any character I've ever done.
Yeah.
And he does have kind of a character arc but not too heavy, which I like. I don't like big character arcs.
Yeah.
I don't like when bad guys become good guys.
Yeah.
Or something. It's like, what? So the writer was lying to us at the beginning of the movie or something?
Yeah.
That sucks. Trying to trick us. You know? And so now I have no respect for the first half of the movie.
Yeah.
Because he was just fake.
Yeah.
You know. So I don't like character arcs. But Ren, by the end of Shenmue 2, he wasn't just helping out Ryo for the money. He was kind of like helping him out as a friend.
Yeah.
And so you can kind of see that friendship grow. And it was really cool because Corey and I had known each other from Shenmue 1.
Yeah.
And so we were better friends for Shenmue 2.
Yeah.
And working together a lot. And after work, we'd go out for dinner and drinks. And he'd come over to my place. We'd hang out, watch movies and stuff. And so we kind of became friends as well. And so it was very kind of a natural transition of that character.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Because if anyone who's ever had a chat with Corey and asked him about that, his time in Japan doing voiceovers and stuff like that, he always, he'll say one of the highlights was hanging out with you because you had a very similar relationship to those two characters.
Yeah. I was kind of like the old hand in Tokyo, and he was the young kid coming in.
A little bit older, a little bit more, shall we say, laissez-faire.
Yeah, a little more streetwise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, he has some fun drinking stories about as most people who have hung out with Eric do. All right, so that's awesme.
Speaking of which, I need another one.
We need another one of them.
You want something?
I guess I'll have a beer.
Okay.
All right, thanks. So Eric's gonna go get us some fresh drinks, and he'll be right back. So we'll talk to the chat here a little bit again. We already have one winner today. We're gonna be giving away some more 8x10s, some more games, everything signed. So either hit the join button, become a member, or send us a super chat. Win yourself some cool prizes.
Should we give away another prize?
Maybe we should. Another 8x10?
Sure. Whatever you want.
All right, everybody. We're going to give away another 8x10 signed by Mr. Eric Kelso. Again, if you want your name in the hats to win some of this stuff, either become a channel member or submit a super chat. But we're about to draw another winner right now. So let me get up my submissions here. So we got 19 people in the ring right now. Am I missing something?
Nah, just looking for another pen if I had it. This pen was kind of
I have a black pen.
I think for these, the black look, this is kind of dark.
Oh, yeah.
Black look better than silver.
What do you think? You want to sign with black? That looks fairly good to me.
If you catch it in the right light, you can read it.
Yeah. I think it might blend too much if you use black. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna stick with the silver.
We'll stick with silver.
All right.
So that's how it looks in the silver.
Okay. Time to give away another signed 8x10 by Monsieur Eric Kelso.
Oui, oui.
So let's pull up a random number generator.
Oh, here we go.
And we are going to generate a new number. The number is 14. All right. All right. Number 14, and number 14 is robotic, neutronic, symbolic.
I remember that one from last time.
Yeah, robotic, neutronic, symbolic.
He gave us a lot of money.
He is. He is not in the chat right now, unless he is. It just hasn't made himself known. Neutronic, symbolic. The full. Neutronic, robotic, neutronic, symbolic. You just won a signed 8x10 by Mr. Eric Kelso. And we just got another super chat from Scotty Mo, $5. Love the chill stream, guys.
Cool.
Eric Rin quickly became my favorite, my face character in Shenmue. Shenmue World with how much character you gave him. So I'm thinking he's saying Rin is his favorite character in all of Shenmue because of your masterful voice work. Excellent. So thank you very much, Scotty Mo, for that super chat. We're going to put your name in for the next drawing. So that is 20, Mr. Scotty. Oh, that's a super chat. All right. So Scotty Mo, you're in there. So robotic, neutronic, symbolic. I don't think he's in the stream right now. We'll give him till the end of the stream. Come by, Mr. Kelso.
John, come on screen.
Boom. There we go. A little bit of day drinking.
Oh, that's better.
All right. So thank you very much, Scotty Mo. Added your name to the list. So we're going to draw some more 8x10s today, and we're going to draw some games today as well.
How do you want me to sign it? Anything?
He's actually not in the chat.
Okay. I can just sign it.
Or if you want to say I'm strongest in the universe. Good quote.
But I don't know which character he likes.
I'm sure he would like them all.
Strongest in the universe, that's
Paul.
That's Paul.
Maybe throw an I'm faster than lightning.
For Jackie? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, mix it up a little bit.
Okay. Hope he likes Jackie.
I hope he does. I'm sure he does. Who doesn't like Jackie? So Mr. Robotic, Neutronic, Symbolic, you're getting your 8x10 signed by Mr. Kelso. And then I'm going to do a community post, a members community post later to, again, reiterate all the winners. And then everybody can shoot me their emails with all their shipping info. All right, good stuff. So Scott Mulligan says his favorite character. So there you go, Mr. Robotic, Neutronic, Symbolic. That's for you, buddy. Thank you for being a channel member. You just won some awesome prizes. Okay. And Gongwei says, looking good. Thank you very much. All right. That's fun. Giving away prizes is fun.
It is.
I love doing these drawings.
Be like Santa.
Yeah, I have a little bit of a Santa going. Yeah. That's fun. All right. So after Shenmue 2, this one I found interesting. 2001 Universal Studios Theme Parks Adventures Woody Woodpecker. What?
Yeah, I think it was just kind of a small, kind of cheesy game.
Yeah.
And then also they used it at the park.
Yeah.
I think when you're at the park,
yeah,
sometimes when you come into certain areas, Woody Woodpecker speaks to you.
Yeah.
And then that's my voice.
So I'm assuming they applied an effect?
No.
You did Woody Woodpecker.
Yeah. I don't think they applied an effect.
Can we get your... I mean, we're off the cuff, but could we get a rendition of Woody Woodpecker?
Just be like, welcome to Universal Studios Japan! That's not like Woody Woodpecker?
That sounds like Eric's Woody Woodpecker.
That sounds like Woody Woodpecker.
Yes.
But I think most Japanese had never really heard it. They didn't grow up with Woody, so I don't really think they do.
So it could really, he could have sounded like anything.
Yeah.
You were like, this is, it could be like, hey, I'm Woody Woodpecker. Welcome to Universal Studios.
Yeah.
And they would have been like, hey.
Hey, sure, okay, thanks.
That's his character. That's what he sounds like.
And they could put an effect on it, and anybody could sound like that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't know. I went for it, without the effect.
Yeah.
And they liked it.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if they boosted it up with an effect or not. But
yeah, I don't know either because I've never played this game. I've never actually heard your voice as Woody Woodpecker. So.
And it's a little bit different because, to me, Woody Woodpecker was kind of an asshole.
He is. He has a little bit of a dickish attitude.
He's kind of a dick, and he's always like, well, I'm just going to go like this and just destroy what you're doing, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so, but in Japan, they didn't want that because it's Universal Studios, and they don't want him to say, get off that ride, fat pig, or something.
Yeah.
They don't want him to say rude shit.
Yeah.
And so they wanted it all very nice and
very, very G-rated.
so not quite the real Woody, but
okay, just sort of like somebody to just say, hey, welcome to the park, and hope you have a good time.
Welcome.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, that's good. That's news for me. I had never heard of that. Let's see. Treasure, love, treasure. William says, love, treasure. That's right. We're giving away treasures today.
treasure. I'm talking about treasure.
Matthew Ocean. He also did Biff from Back to the Future at Universal.
Did I?
Did you? I don't see that here.
I think I might have.
It says I see Woody Woodpecker on here.
Did I? I think I did something with Biff.
Like Biff Tannen from.
Biff Tannen, something. Yeah. I don't remember what it was.
Okay.
But on something I was Biff. but I don't remember. It's not on. If it's not on IMDb, I don't really know.
Can you give us some Biff?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I think it was
Old Biff, young Biff.
I think it was,
Hey McFly!
Hey, McFly!
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
Told you never to come in here.
that's New York accent.
Woody was dickish.
Woody was dickish. Yeah.
And someone says Woody was an instigator.
He was. He was a troublemaker.
All right. It's on Wikipedia, but you know that can be iffy sometimes. I don't know. Yeah.
I think the Wikipedia is pretty okay because my buddy Peter made that for me.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Unless somebody's adding stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, Peter
No, I could easily see you
in
doing-
Ireland, he knows he's like #1 Shenmue fan in the world.
I could easily see you doing a Biff Cannon.
Yeah.
Hey, McFly!
You know.
What do we got next? So moving on, Tekken 4, continuing as Paul. Again as Woody Woodpecker. Virtua Fighter 4, Jackie Bryan. This I found kind of interesting. Different company, Capcom. Dino Crisis 2 as Lieutenant Mike Wire. What? Can you elaborate on that, please?
That was a very different thing. That was motion capture
Motion capture.
and voice.
Okay.
I did 2 motion captures. Dino Crisis. I don't know if I did the voice in that one or just the. I think I did voice and action, motion capture. Dino Crisis and Firefighter.
Yeah.
Really cool. Really hot. You're wearing a wetsuit with all the little balls on it.
Yeah.
And the hat, with the balls on it and everything. And I'm like, you know, I got like two like M16s. I'm like, come on! You know, yelling at dinosaurs. I have to look up. Falling down, running, jumping, fighting, carrying women as a firefighter up ladders, which I really had to do.
Yeah.
And luckily, it was Rumiko Barnes, and she's pretty light, so that was okay. And but yeah, and that was like a whole day. That's like morning to evening. You're exhausted.
Yeah.
And that's a physical job. You're not behind the microphone. That's just physical stuff. Then we go back in another day and record the voice.
Yeah. Was there like a process then? How does that you make the jump from strictly doing voices to now you're in a mocap suit and you're doing lots of actions and things like that? Was there some like
Do it.
There's no separate audition or anything?
No, nothing. They just called me. My agent said, we need you to do this. This time it's motion capture and voice. Okay. So you just show up.
Yeah.
And they stick you in a suit.
Yeah.
And they say you got like 24 cameras all around you. And you're on this kind of padded stage.
Yeah.
And really cool studio.
Yeah. Would you say that you enjoyed doing the mocap?
Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah.
Look, it's fun to, it's like you're living in Tokyo, right?
Yeah.
And you don't get a chance to like work on a car or mow the lawn or anything. But when you go home and visit your family, your dad says, hey, can you help me in the garage? Or can you help me, move this cord of wood or something?
Yeah.
And when you're in high school, you're like, oh, Dad, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But now, if ever I go back and my dad says, hey, can you help me? Yeah, I want to work outside. I want to get dirty and sweaty and, be in nature and stuff. And I think it's similar to that because usually you're just stuck in a studio with a microphone and you're just quiet, you're just sitting there and then you're on and you're just sitting there and then you're on. But to actually be doing something physical was really fun.
So, like voice acting, like fun work, but there can be a lot of lulls, a lot of times where it's maybe a wee bit boring.
Yeah.
Versus,
and it depends on the script.
When like something like mocap comes your way and they're like, all right, fight these dinosaurs, rescue
great.
these women.
I got to hold guns and stuff. That was fun.
So that's a little more on the badass side.
Yeah. You have to run and jump and shout to people over there. Yeah. Microphone usually just all right here.
Yeah.
But, it's more acting.
Yeah.
It is physical acting as well as the voice acting.
All right. That sounds like a lot of fun. I wasn't aware that you did the mocap stuff, so that's pretty cool.
And so I've done motion capture just face as well.
Yeah?
For
Planet of the Apes?
No. I forget. I can find it later.
Okay.
But where they just put the helmet on you,
Yeah.
and then there's like a camera that goes over here, and there's like a GoPro kind of camera on you,
Yeah.
and they put different things on your face, and so when you're acting and stuff like that, it picks up the muscles and the voice when you're acting as well.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So we have someone in here. Scotty Mo says, pretty cool insider info. Some fun stuff to hear about. Someone says, Dino Stalker on the PS2 in my shelf.
Yeah. Dino Stalker. Dino Crisis 3 or Dino Stalker. I've heard different names.
Yeah, I think they named it two different things. It's regional.
One in Japan, one in
Unless I'm
international or something.
Well, we're getting to it. Someone says, you were in Gradius 5 too? Awesome! That game is a masterpiece.
Oh, cool.
It is. We're going to get to that in a minute. Okay. After Dino Crisis 2, this one also very cool. F-Zero GX.
Yeah, that was fun.
You have a bunch of characters in here. Most notably, the main character, Captain Falcon.
Right.
You are the voice of Captain Falcon.
I'm Captain Falcon.
Okay, so tell us about that, because F-Zero is a Nintendo property, but that game they sort of gave it to Sega and said, Sega, go ahead and make us an awesome racing game.
Yeah.
So they were like, we need a main character. Eric Kelso, are you available?
Yeah, that was fun.
Because he's like an actual real, like a hero.
Superhero,
kind of voice.
almost kind of character.
Yeah. And he's a good guy. He's kind of like a badass Superman.
And he's like clean cut, but tough.
Yeah.
So I did him. And he's got the great costume and a great car.
Yeah.
He's like a real superhero. And so that's the first time I played a superhero kind of thing.
So you have 4 characters in this game. You are Captain Falcon,
Right.
his nemesis, Blood Falcon.
Which is his brother.
Yes.
So Captain Falcon was kind of the good guy with this voice that's always kind of dependable and it's okay. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I just kind of roughed him up to be Blood Falcon.
Yeah.
And gave him a little bit, made him kind of like Ren.
Yeah.
So he became, instead of Captain Falcon, he became a little bit more like this. And he's like, no, not today.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So that was fun, knowing that they were brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So it was okay that it had the same timbre of voice.
Yeah. So you weren't just the lead, you were all the leads. You're the lead hero, you're the lead villain. You also played the characters of Billy and Jack Levine.
Jack Levine, kind of blonde guy in the blue,
I believe
skinny.
so. Yeah.
and the other guy was.
Billy. Simply Billy.
And wasn't Billy an animal of some kind?
That I don't recall.
I think he may have.
There's so many freaking characters in that game.
Yeah, some are humans, some are animals.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Billy was kind of an animal of some kind.
Okay. But most importantly, though, you are Captain Falcon.
But Captain Falcon, yeah.
And people, that's one I think people have been really desperate. That people like, I want a new F-Zero game.
Yeah.
Because they're much beloved, well-known racing games.
Uh-huh.
And the best we've gotten, I think, is like they put Captain Falcon in those Smash Brothers games
Right.
where they can all fight each other and stuff. But no, I think except for there was, I think an F-Zero maybe like arcade game or something.
Uh-huh.
But no proper console games that people can have some fun with. So I think people are really desperate for another F-Zero. Probably like to hear you come back as Captain Falcon too.
Yeah, I'd love to.
You kind of crushed it.
Oh, thank you.
You do a good superhero.
Oh, good.
All right. So after F-Zero, something called Glass Rose.
Japanese game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was more of a, I don't remember that much about it because I don't get a lot of feedback about it. So I played
You are Takashi Kagetani and Kazuya.
which were a couple of the main characters, I think. And it seems to be a popular game in Japan,
Yeah.
but I don't know if it had much press overseas.
Broad appeal over, Yeah, because I've never heard of Glass Rose, personally. So, moving on from something I do like, though, Bloody Roar. Bloody Roar 4, you played Reiji Takagawa.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know, do you recall, because the Bloody Roar games are fun, because they're 3D fighting games, similar to a Tekken or a Virtua Fighter or something, except the characters can morph into animals. So when you're in the middle of a fight, you have a little power meter builds up, and then you can turn into that character's almost like spirit animal.
Uh-huh.
So one guy's a tiger.
And then as a spirit animal, are you a tougher fighter?
Yeah. you have all kinds of badass additional moves that you can perform as that character. So you voiced a character named Reiji Takegawa. Do you remember anything at all about the recording of Bloody Roar 4?
No, I don't.
I'm trying to think of which company Bloody Roar is. It might be maybe Tecmo or Taito or one of those. Nothing?
I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry.
Moving on. Anyway, he did Bloody Roar 4. I love the Bloody Roar series. A lot of people do. Let's look at the chat a little bit. Scotty Mo says the mod for Rin's voice in Shenmue 3 should hopefully carry some weight to get you into the fourth game, if there's a fourth game, because you did do a mod for Shenmue 3 where
that was fun.
You reprised Rin. Can you talk about that at all? Like the process of that?
Yeah, I was really proud to work on the mod because it was the boys at Shenmue Dojo and Patty and some other people, and that was done completely, without any payment to anybody.
Yeah.
I didn't get paid. They didn't get paid. They worked for hundreds of hours on this, just a project of love.
Yeah, passion project.
Passion project. And we all worked real hard, and it came out really well. I think I did the recording at home.
Mm-hmm.
He'd send me scripts. He'd send me the video. I'd look over the scripts. I'd try to get an idea of the timing and the feeling of the scene. I'd do the recordings, send them to those guys, and then they put it all together, and they had time it and do everything, do all the programming.
Yeah.
So the mod would actually just go ping and click in. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
But it turned out great.
Yeah.
It sounds like it was recorded right there with them.
Yeah.
And they did an amazing job of mixing it, programming it. And it was just fun to let Ren out to play.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not doing Ren. It's just Ren's just like, okay, go.
Yeah.
It's like letting a dog off a leash and just saying, run, kind of thing. And so Ren ran.
Nice.
And it was really fun to play with him again. And he was very happy to do it.
So obviously, I mean, I don't know if there's going to be a fourth game. Nobody knew there was going to be a third game.
Nah, I'm not. They won't ask me.
Yeah, you don't think they'd come get you?
They've already done the third game.
Sure.
Which kind of established that voice.
Yeah, and you
for the fourth one.
Yeah, a new actor. Yeah.
And it's okay. I'm not angry or anything.
Sure.
And they have the Shenmue animation series.
Yeah.
Which is another new voice.
Yeah.
So I'm like 3 back.
Yeah.
I think for the fans of the first 2 games, they would like the original voices.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think they're looking for a new, younger market.
Right, because
and so
again, like we say, you've been at this for around 30 years now.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of the nature of the beast, right? Like new talent rotates in.
Because I came in, Virtua Fighter 3.
Yeah.
There's 2 before that.
Yeah.
And luckily I've been the whole thing since. And like Tekken, I came in halfway.
Yeah.
And left halfway. And
yeah.
or I'm not sure, but you replace other people and other people replace you. It's the nature of the beast. It's just how it works.
Yeah.
So no narrator, voice actor is really offended or takes it personally.
Yeah.
They didn't like me. That's just the business.
Yeah.
Because every time you get a new director, you have a new person deciding what voices they like. And the directors change faster than the voice actors.
Yeah.
So, the older one is good, but I'm going to go a new way.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they want to put their own stamp on it.
Sure.
And so that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's cool then. You did all that work, totally pro bono.
Yeah, everybody did.
Yeah. And had a good time.
Oh, it was a blast.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. What do we got here in the comments? We got a lot going on in the chat. The best F-Zero to date. Nintendo would give it more love. So yeah, they're saying F-Zero GX, best F-Zero game ever made. I agree, by the way. That was really good. You can thank Sega for that one. Let's see now. Nothing makes me happier than hearing Space Harrier in the background. They're talking about the music back there. Let's see. Just caught that pyro. Live in the wrong country. And all right. Thanks, You Rock Wu Ying. That voice mod is truly amazing and a testament to the strength and passion of a fan base.
Yeah, for sure.
So cool. Yeah, I agree. Hard to find a more like dedicated hardcore fan base than Shenmue fans.
It doesn't exist in the video game world.
It might not exist in video games
It does
anywhere.
not.
I mean, Shenmue 3 was made sheerly on the backs of the Kickstarters
Just straight fan donations.
who literally broke Kickstarter.
Broke records, millions of dollars.
It was the highest ever for a game,
Yeah.
but it actually broke Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Like, there were so many people hitting Kickstarter
Yeah.
that the computer, the system,
Yeah.
actually shut down. And they had to reboot up later because it flooded it. And it would not have been made without the fans.
So there's not many fan bases like that
No.
in the world.
And it was like 15 years later.
Yeah, it was. It was quite a while
You
later.
know? I mean, they had been fighting for 15 fucking years to bring this back.
Yeah,
And it finally paid off.
nice.
Yeah.
So, well, good work on the mod.
Yeah.
Well done.
It was
and,
good.
And I know you did a lot of work yourself because you say you recorded it at home.
Uh-huh.
I know you've got your home studio. I know you put a lot of work into doing a lot of your own engineering when you record voices and stuff. So, thank you very much
Cool.
for that. All right, let's see what we got here. After Bloody Roar 4, there's Baten Kaitos. That's Kalas.
That has a real strong fan base as well. Not a big fan base,
Yeah.
but the people who really love Baten Kaitos really love it.
Yeah.
And I was Kalas, who was the main character, and he was it's kind of a fantasy game, and really simple graphics and everything.
Yeah.
Just a role-playing game, and it has a story. You go through different things, but he has one broken wing
Yeah.
that is repaired with a mechanical wing, and so he kind of represents anybody with any kind of disability,
Yeah.
and any kind, like emotional or physical or anything. And he's just a young guy, and he's on this mission, and he's doing his best, and his heart's on his sleeve, and he's very unpretentious, and in the end he's victorious,
Yeah.
and it's kind of his his odyssey,
Yeah.
and it was a fun game to do. Very young, high voice, and
Another very kind of story-driven.
very story driven, very emotional,
Yeah.
and like screaming and crying, and so it was fun.
Treading the boards, as they
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
Nice. Okay, awesome. Baten Kaitos, Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution. Who could you possibly? Okay, you're Jackie. Firefighter FD18 as Dean McGregor. You talked about this earlier. You did.
That was another motion
mocap
capture.
And also voice, I presume, for this character.
I think so, yeah.
Dean McGregor.
Dean
A
McGregor.
very American name. If there ever
Very
was one.
American firefighter name.
Yes.
Dean McGregor.
Dean McGregor.
He's either a firefighter or a cop.
Yeah, one or the other.
Yeah,
A cop that plays by his own rules.
that's right.
Yeah.
A loose cannon.
Yeah. So you said mocapping this, you had to literally carry a woman up.
I carried Rumiko Varnes. Yeah, she's a great veteran, very famous voice actor in Japan.
Uh-huh.
And so she was the woman part,
Yeah.
and I had to save her a couple of times. And I'd have to pick her up and carry her and walk up steps and the ladder. And,
Yeah.
but she's slender, so that was okay.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, had a blast. Full day work.
Yeah.
Doing voice work, you don't often get a real full day work.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you pop in, as soon as the lines are done, you're out.
You're usually in the studio for a couple hours and that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Sometimes, you have 3 hours, then you have an hour for lunch, then another 3 hours or something, and that's a full day.
Yeah.
Because you can't do more than that.
Yeah.
Your voice just
Yeah, you kill your
gives
voice.
out.
Yeah.
And your eyes start, can't really read the script, and so after a while your equipment gets tired.
Yeah.
But that was like moving wood.
Nice.
Not nothing against Rubico. I don't do that. But it was like doing outdoor, field work.
Still carrying a human being around.
Yeah, and running around and jumping and yelling and
Nice.
And then, but the yelling part and stuff wasn't really there. That was in the studio afterwards. So that would be a whole different day.
Nice. Okay, cool. So you got the fun of being a firefighter.
Yeah.
Now, 2004 is something that was already mentioned in the comments section. Gradius 5. You are the pilot in Gradius, so you're the main character piloting the Gradius ship. You're also, it says, boss, so you're voicing the maybe main boss character. Gradius 5, Gradius, long-running series by Konami. Gradius 5, everyone loves this one because they gave the development to a different studio called Treasure. And Treasure is a very well-known studio for making exceptionally good action games like this, like spaceship shooters and that kind of stuff. Do you have any recollection of voicing this character for Gradius 5?
I remember they showed me some of the graphics with the plane flying.
Yeah.
And the cockpit.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really interesting. What year was that?
That is 2004.
I think I was just thinking I was Top Gun.
Really?
Kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah. Because that's the only fighter pilot movie or anything I'd ever seen.
So that was your frame of reference. You're like, all right, Top Gun guy.
Yeah, I'm a fighter pilot.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the boss
Yeah.
has to be chewing on a cigar, like, "You damn kid, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
Play by the rules.
Oh, that kind of boss.
Yeah.
I thought it was like the boss, like the evil bad guy of the game or something.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But to me, boss, I thought it was at least
Like the commander.
Like a commander.
Okay.
Yeah. At least I've done that in another game as well.
Mm-hmm.
I've done the commander where I have to yell at the pilots.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if it was that game or not.
Okay. Well, you can. Yeah, we're gonna move on, but yeah, Gradius 5, awesome, and so Top Gun inspired piloting action.
I just saw him as like a cool hotshot pilot
Yeah,
kind of guy.
that's always the best way, the safest way to play it.
Yeah.
Every pilot's a hotshot pilot.
Right,
They all want to be Top Gun guy. Scotty Mo, Eric, earlier, but did you set your sights on a video game voice acting initially as a gamer, or did it just happen that way? So did you have a desire to do voices for video games, or did it just sort of fall into your lap?
It fell into my lap.
Yeah.
Literally. I was just got into the voice acting business because a buddy of mine, we're drinking at the same local bar. He was a voice actor, narrator.
Yeah.
Went to make a phone call to his wife, agent. And she said, I guess she said somebody had called. So he asked me, "Eric, can you cover for me and do a voice gig?" And I said, "I don't know, can I? I've never done voice stuff before."
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, it's just educational for kids. A, apple. B, banana kind of thing.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Eric."
I can attest to that. I teach English here, and a lot of our audio aids, Eric is all over it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I hear your voice most days I'm at work.
Oh, wow.
Actually.
Cool.
Good. Fun for me.
Yeah. And so it was fun. I'd never done it before, so it's fun to try something new. And it paid a lot better than teaching, which is what I was doing at the time. And he got an offer to do a TV commercial, which paid a lot better than the educational job.
Yeah.
So he didn't want to, just bail on the kids stuff. So I did it. I went to the studio. I liked it. They liked me. And that's how I started working in voice.
Yeah.
I never wanted to be a voice actor or a narrator or anything like that.
Yeah.
I've never wanted to be like a TV or film actor. I don't like people looking at me. I don't like being on stage or on camera.
You never wanted to be a celebrity or anything like that.
I don't want to be performing
Yeah.
for people.
Yeah.
So I started doing the voice work, and it was more interesting than teaching, and it paid better than teaching.
Yeah.
So I'm like, nah, shit, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Then when I started doing the games, it really started getting more interesting.
Yeah.
And the thing I love to do the best is the games.
Yeah.
And because that, I actually feel like an actor. I actually feel, even if it's just voice, you kind of get into the character. How can I represent this character with just my voice? which is harder than you think.
Yeah.
Because you have to kind of do it in a way that captures the character, but you don't want to be too much to where it sounds corny, but you don't want to have too little because it's just a voice.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of a skill that you learn along the way. So I didn't study or anything. I just learned it along the way, and I never thought that's what I want to do. Although as a kid, in the bathtub, you do different voices.
Sure.
And, so I always like doing different voices of animation characters or animals or something. I
think most people will do that from time to time. I can attest. When I was a kid, I drove my parents crazy after watching Beavis and Butthead.
And he does a really good Beavis and Butthead.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to do that now because I don't want to embarrass myself. But I think
do it later.
I think it's a good point you make, is that most people have some experience doing voices because they just do it to entertain themselves.
Yeah. Or with your friends.
Yeah.
You just say stupid shit.
Fuck around and stuff. You impersonate a character. Or
whatever
like
the recent, movie come out when you're a kid.
Yeah.
Somebody copies the main character somehow.
Yeah. The worst was Ace Ventura.
Smokey.
That's the mask, dude. Ace Ventura was
that's the mask.
Alrighty then.
Right. Alrighty then.
Every fucking kid on my school bus, everyone was alrighty then everywhere.
Right.
So, yeah, I think that's a good point. Most people have some experience just fucking around with their own voice, just to entertain themselves or their friends or something.
Yeah.
And you were just talented and fortunate enough that it sort of fell your way.
Yeah. It's I think it's like most things in life. What did John Lennon say? Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So very cool. So there you go. There's the answer to your question. It wasn't a planned thing, but once the ball started rolling, you were digging it.
I was digging it, and you always try to do your best.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to just, fuck it, it's just something.
Yeah. Be a professional.
So I wanted, to do it well.
Right.
And so I kind of practiced and stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So I think this is a good opportunity to give away another 8x10.
8x10?
Yeah. Let's do one more 8x10, and then we're gonna start giving away video games, everybody. All right. So, mentioned this earlier. We're giving away signed 8x10s by Eric, and we're giving away video games signed by Eric today. If you want your name in the raffle, we've already drawn 2 winners today. If you want your name in the hat, you either hit the join button, become a channel member, or you can submit a super chat of $5 or more, and your name goes into the raffle. And we are going to draw another 8x10, and then we are going to have Eric start signing video games like Tekken 3 and Shenmue. And we're going to give those away to some lucky winners too. So if you want your name in the ring, either join or super chat.
I'm going to use the restroom while you're doing that.
All right. So I'm going to pull the next winner while Eric hooks himself up another drink and heads to the bathroom. All right. So right now we have 20 names in the hat. So we are going to do a random drawing. 1 through 20. And generate. And the winner is number 5. And number 5 is Timothy W. Haskins. Timothy W. Haskins, you just won a signed 8x10 by Mr. Eric Kelso. And provide electronic. All right, so that's our 3rd winner for today. Timothy Haskins, who last time I think Timothy Haskins won some King of Fighters figures. So today he's a lucky winner again. He wins an 8x10 signed by Mr. Eric Kelso. Congratulations, Mr. Timothy W. Haskins. You are a winner again. You win a signed 8x10 by Eric Kelso. And as soon as he comes back from the bathroom, he's going to sign it for you. All right, cool. So Timothy Haskins has won today. Robotic Neutronic Symbolic has won today. And Matthew Ocean has also won today. And we actually have more stuff to give away. I guess while he's predisposed, I'll go ahead and show this. So, so we have a copy of Tekken 3 here, original Japanese copy for the PlayStation 1. This, the first game Eric ever voiced the character of Paul Phoenix in. He's going to sign this later, and we're going to give that away to somebody. And kind of the big prize today, we have this pristine copy of US Shenmue. Eric is going to be signing this as well, and we are going to be giving that to another viewer today. So again, hit the join button or send us a super chat and win some cool stuff. Eric,
Yes.
fine gentleman by the name of Timothy W. Haskins,
Mr. Haskins.
has won this 8x10. And also, I don't think Timothy is in the chat with us today. But that's kind of the benefit of being a channel member, even if you're not present for the stream itself, you're always entered to win these raffles. So Mr. Timothy Haskins, you've won. So he's not in the chat today. So Eric, I'm going to leave it up to you. What would you like to sign on this?
Well, we
gentleman?
gave a Jackie.
We did a Jackie. We did
And
a
we
Paul.
did a Paul. Let's do a Ren.
Ren, okay. What would Ren say at a time like this? I love treasure.
I smell money.
I smell money. There we go. Timothy W. Haskins, you get I smell money. Mr. Eric Kelso. There you go. Now saying Timothy also won some cool stuff last time I did a stream. Wow, the value of being a channel member on the Kids Sure You Can channel. And there you go. Mr. Haskins.
Money.
That's for you, sir. All right. That's fun. Okay, so next up, we are going to start giving away video games now, people. Tekken, Shenmue, we're giving them away, signed by this guy. So hit the join button or send us a super chat. Someone's going to win these games. All right, where did we leave off? We were at Gradius 5. Let's move along. 2004, this is another Various Voices. Metal Wolf Chaos.
Uh-huh.
Anything?
Various Voices.
Various Voices.
So I don't really remember the Various Voices games as much.
Two more games here where you, not Virtua Fighter games though. These are Sega Superstars. You voiced Jackie Bryant, and then a Virtua Quest.
Yeah.
Where it was like Virtua Fighter characters, but it's more of like a little, I guess like an action RPG.
And I think in those games I didn't do any additional recordings.
Yeah.
They just used the
They just used the
recording.
old stuff. Okay. That happens. Actually, same thing when they did, it was one of the Sega racing games.
Uh-huh.
They included Ryo from Shenmue. And I remember interviewing Corey and being like, hey, did they come? So, hey, you got to do that game or whatever. And he was like, no, actually, when I signed my contract back in the day, they just,
No extra recording and no extra payment.
yeah. So it's like, no, they just used that stuff
They
again.
have full rights to everything.
Oh, boy. That's fun, I guess, isn't it?
You get something extra to put on your IMDb.
2005, actually my favorite Tekken game, Tekken 5. This is the one we played a lot when I was a teenager.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All my friends coming over to my my little 2-bedroom apartment there in Louisiana, piling into my bedroom and just playing Tekken 5 all night long. Great game. Once again, you're Paul Phoenix.
Yep.
Great stuff. Also in 2005, Various Voices for Taiko Drum Master.
That was a different thing.
What kind? Do you remember any of the kind of stuff you did for that?
That was also with Rumiko Varnes. I was the voice of drumsticks.
Like the
You're
little.
supposed to give a spit take on that one. Try again. I was the voice of drumsticks. I was hoping you would do that.
Elaborate, please.
Spit takes are great. They're so funny in films and stuff, and everybody loves them, but I've never actually seen a person do it in real life.
So you were the voice of the little drumstick guys.
Yeah, I just have this voice. You know, and I'm the voice of the drumsticks.
Nice.
And then,
Anthropomorphic drumsticks.
I had to sing like a drum song,
Yeah.
you know, with the rhythm, to help keep the rhythm and the singing.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of that was singing, and then the animated character, the drumsticks. And do you know that game?
Yeah. I played it quite a lot.
And it's a very different game because it's actually a physical game. You're hitting drums. And kind of fun. I think that was kind of the precursor to the whole dance evolution type of thing.
Kind of. It sort of came out in like that period where like rhythm games started to really become like the big thing. So there was like Guitar Heroes, that's Guitar Freaks, there was DDR, and then Taiko Drum Master stood out because it's this giant fucking taiko drum.
Yeah, and it looks like old traditional, old Japan kind
and
of.
you're like, wait, what the hell do I do with this? And you got your thing and the little side things and stuff. So it's a hell of a lot of fun.
I recently did a game that I forget the name of it, but the game itself looks like a cube. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
Sure, we'll find
It's not on here. I forgot to put it on.
I do know the Cube Rhythm game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that game. I forget the name of it.
I just did the latest one of that, and I put it up on my Twitter.
Yeah.
But I forget the name. Sorry. But that was interesting, and I was mostly just doing a lot of voiceover and the narrator of that game.
Nice. So work's still coming in on a fairly somewhat steady basis.
Oh, sure.
Yes. Okay. Sweet. All right, moving on. They did an update to Tekken 5, which I assume they used the same voices. Lunar Knights, Volktai DS, Duma, K and Kid, Elabits, Ed and Dad.
That was kind of a lot of like character voices, like a kid and a dad.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, you kids, what are you doing over
Yeah.
there?
You have a dadly way about you. I could see that. Let's Go Jungle lost on the island of Spice as a helicopter pilot and as Grandpa.
Yeah.
The hell is that?
I don't really remember.
Okay.
And I like doing grandpa voices.
Various voices for Disney Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah, I did that.
Any?
That was what company was that?
Konami.
Konami.
Yeah.
In Roppongi.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was an all-day gig, and I was kind of like the announcer.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, welcome to Dance Dance Revolution.
Nice.
Okay, let's go, kind of thing. So it's very kind of Disney voice.
Yes. All right. Very inviting and warm.
Yeah, and it's for kids, so you got to make it really fun.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that.
You're a fun guy.
I'm a fun guy. I'm a mushroom.
Yeah. What the hell else? Okay, so after that, Mega Man 2X Advent Aeolus. Mega Man game. Capcom again.
Yeah.
Anything?
Just fun little characters.
Nice.
Little animation characters.
Virtua Fighter 5. Jackie Bryant.
Right?
Dynasty Warriors Gundam. Various voices.
Gundam was just various voices.
Yeah.
So I don't really remember it that well. I remember seeing the Gundam, the robots fighting robots and stuff like that.
Sure.
But I don't remember exactly who I did or what I did.
Mm-hmm. So, just having some fun, robots.
Yeah, when it's various robots or various, when it says various, it's various.
It's various. It could
so
be.
Nothing really sticks out.
We have one more Mega Man game here then. Mega Man ZX Advent. Same character, Aeolus.
Same.
Just
Same, I don't remember.
go. You don't remember a lot about these except for the Dino Crisis thing. That was more
Well,
fun for you.
that had impact.
That had a lot of shit
That had a lot of
going
work.
on.
Yeah.
This was a job. The Mega Man games were a job.
Sometimes you just go in for an hour and they go, here, read these lines and go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine because
Sometimes you don't even see a picture of the character. You don't see any video.
Yeah.
They're just, here are these lines. He's nice. He's bad. This is it.
Yeah.
Especially the various. They're just, 3 or 4 lines for each one.
Right.
So nothing really sticks.
Well, I can feel that because historically I'm a Mega Man fan. I've never played these particular games though. This is the series falling off point if you ask me. So I can see why maybe you kind of went in. Here's this character because I don't know. I don't know anything about any of these characters myself. I'm sure I've seen them and stuff and just forgot them entirely. I don't know. That's Capcom for you though. Hey, I got a good idea.
Giveaway!
Giveaway. Time to give something away. All right. One more time.
Give it away.
I will explain the rules. We're going to give away now a signed copy of Tekken 3 by Mr. Eric Kelso. The first game in which you voiced my favorite character, Paul Phoenix. So he's gonna be signing Tekken 3. So we've got the manual here. So his signature is going to be going directly onto the manual. And then, what do you think?
Open that up.
Maybe sign the
On
disc.
the manual, and I'll sign the disc as well.
He'll sign the disc too. So Eric is going to sign a copy of Tekken 3. we are going to give that away to one lucky person. So, how you can enter: 1, hit the join button, become a channel member, or 2, you can send us a super chat of $5 or more, and then we're going to choose someone to win this signed copy of Tekken 3. So, I'm going to pull up my random number generator.
That's cool, the random number generator. I've never seen that before.
So we have 1 through 20.
Let's go. Bing!
And the winner is number 3. Number 3 is
Number 3 already won.
Matthew Ocean.
Does he get to win twice?
Matthew Ocean wins twice.
Wow.
Matthew Ocean wins twice. Holy crap. Now, the last time we did one of these, one of our viewers, he also won twice, and he opted to do a redraw. Let someone else
I
have
think
a
we
shot.
should do a redraw, make it kind of fair to everybody.
I'm going to let Matthew Ocean
Let Matthew decide.
He won fair and square. So, Matthew Ocean, you won again. So, the ball is in your court, sir. If you would like us to spin again and choose another winner, we will. Or if you want this signed copy of Tekken 3 by Eric Kelso, it is yours. You won fair and square. So just let us know in the chat what you will do, because you also did win your signed 8x10 as well. So just let us know. Do you want to keep your prize, or do you want to spin again? Do you want to be a very generous person today? Or if you like, well, actually, no, you already personalized the 8x10 to him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you would like to keep your Tekken 3, it's yours. Or if you would like us to spin again, you can be generous, but you won fair and square. So, there you go. And we're already seeing people here saying, keep it. Congratulations. Keep it. It's all up to you, my friend. You can keep that if you wish. And we have one more game to give away today, the big one. We're also going to give away US Shenmue signed. Very unusual version of this game. Released only in Japan, but with the English voice cast as well. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So this is going to be the last thing we give away today. This game signed by Eric. So if you would like to sign up for that,
I have one of those in my collection. I'm going to be bringing to Atlanta,
the Sega Sonic Fan Jam,
which will be signed by me and Corey and Lisa.
Matthew, does the signed 8x10 have my name on it? If not, give that away to someone, and I'll take the Tekken 3. Is that dickish of me? It's not dickish of you, sir. You could take both of them, and it would not be dickish. You say you feel like I tried taking two things.
Did I put? I don't think I put the name on it.
No, it's not. Your name is not on it, but it is signed. It says, "I'm the strongest in the universe, Eric Kelso."
Yeah.
So you decide, Matthew. Would you like the 8x10, or would you like the Tekken 3, or would you like
I'm the toughest
both?
in the universe.
Yeah, it just says I'm the toughest in the universe, which can go to anybody, the next person. So
Go ahead, Matthew. You decide. Do you want the 8x10? Do you want the Tekken 3, or do you want both? I will leave it up to you, sir. You're a very lucky guy today. And we need to get back to Eric Kelso trivia. All right. Where are we at now? So Tekken 6, Paul Phoenix, yet again.
same gig.
Then new character for you, 2 new characters. The King of Fighters 12.
Yeah.
You voice both Benimaru and Clark Steele.
Clark.
So how did you come across that? Because that's a whole new company, SNK.
Yeah. Same way. You know, agent calls, are you free? And went in, got the script, and I liked, and they had some good graphics and pictures and things.
Yeah.
And interesting to see the characters, you know, but a lot of the characters are classic characters, you know, like Clark still is kind of a Paul Phoenix kind of character.
Yeah, he's a big, tough military guy.
Yeah, so I gave him kind of the Paul Phoenix voice, but with a little bit of a Southern military kind of feel to it.
Nice.
And And then Benny Maru was a thinner guy, smaller guy, so he was more of kind of a Jackie kind of style.
He's a little flamboyant.
But I gave him a little more like a flamboyant kind of Jackie kind of style. So I think, you draw on certain characters. Like I was saying, like Guizan, I would think is like Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Really interesting. I was talking to Adam. I made this great movie I sent you a link to.
Yeah. The documentaries.
Yeah. And after he was interviewing me, we went out for dinner, we were talking. And he was asking about Ren, like, where did you get your idea for Ren? And I said, well, Ren was really interesting because I thought of two Jacks.
Yeah.
Because Ren has a, to me, I saw him as kind of a bad guy, but smart.
Yeah.
Kind of tough, but also kind of cunning.
Yeah.
So I thought, and kind of, he has a lot of kind of bravado. He's kind of the leader of the gang.
Yeah.
One of my favorite movies of all times is Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, mine too.
And Jack Burton,
There you go.
Pork Chop Express.
Yes.
On a rainy night, where are you gonna go?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And so I thought he starts out with that kind of bravado, that kind of ego.
Yeah.
But also he's kind of smart and a little bit kind of cunning. So I was thinking, who is kind of like that? And I thought, Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, a little bit of Nicholson in there.
So when Ren talks, he starts out like this, and at the end of the sentence, he gets a little bit like this.
Yeah.
So I put Burton and Nicholas, or Bridges and Nicholas, or Russell and Nicholas, kind of at the beginning and the end.
Yeah.
And that's how I got Ren.
Okay.
So he starts out like this, and he ends up like this.
So we have, on one hand, we got Jack Burton, Jack Nicholson, sort of melding.
Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of voice actors do.
Yeah.
Is you take characters you've played before, or actors that you've seen, or something like that, and you use them, and you try to get that kind of tone, that kind of ambiance or something.
Inspiration.
And it is inspiration, and you use that as kind of a building block. And then, everything is your unique one, because every voice is unique.
Yeah.
So it comes out unique, but you have something to go back on. Also, for voice actors out there, remember what you do, because you can go back and really use those in your quiver of voices. Sometimes you're asked to do it again, and you better be able to do it exactly the same way again years later. And so it's good to kind of have
kind of like going back and doing Ren again, like 20 years later for the
and I mean, you can listen to it, and you can kind of pick that tone up again if you have a good ear. But I think every voice actor and singer, basically, you have to have a good ear.
Yeah.
Every voice actor is a good singer.
Yeah.
Basically.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, let's see what's going on in the chat here. Matthew begrudgingly said, everyone says keep what you won, you deserve it. I agree, you won fair and square, no shame there. So Matthew says, I will take both things I've won. Thanks everyone for being nice. So
Good
Eric,
for you, Matt.
Put your John Hancock on that copy of Tekken 3, because that is now the property of one Matthew Ocean.
There you go.
Look at that. That's a beauty.
You see it? It's hard to see because it's dark, so I had to put it in silver. When it hits the light, you can see it there.
Nice. And you're going to send the disc as well.
The disc as well.
Tiny little signature, maybe somewhere in there.
Top or bottom? Bottom.
Yeah, bottom.
Top, you see that.
There you go. The disc is also signed by Eric.
Okay.
There you go. Eric's first time ever voicing Paul Phoenix, Tekken 3.
Yeah, that was fun.
Now signed by Eric. And Matthew Ocean, that's for you, sir. Congratulations.
Today's big winner.
Today's big winner. Big winner. Okay. Now, let us get back to this. Thank you very much, Jim and Eric. I never win anything. Well, you won 2 things today, so congratulations.
You're never going to win anything else for the rest of your life.
Never. We've jinxed you for the rest of your life. You're just going to have horrible luck forever. All right. So after King of Fighters, Ace Combat Joint Assault Michael Arena.
Same kind of like jet pilot kind of fighting. Maybe that's where I
stick with that.
I think I pretty much used kind of the same type.
Gradius 5 guy comes back for
fighter pilot voice
for Ace Combat guy.
Kind of, all right, let's go kind of thing.
This one I think would be another one where they reused older voice clips. Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing, Jackie Bryant. So that was one we talked to Corey about, and we were like, oh, that's so cool that you get to do that game, that character again. They called you back to do some. No. They just use old voice clips.
They don't even tell us. They don't even say, oh, by the way, we're going to use your voice in a new game. They don't call us or tell us or nothing.
Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate, where they start to cross over some Virtua Fighter stuff. So Jackie Bryant for Virtua Fighter, Dead or Alive. Did you record new voice work for 5? Or no? No?
I might have done a couple of lines.
Yeah.
I think I might have done a couple of things. But the exertion sounds and a lot of the catchphrases like the yeah and things like that.
Yeah.
They want to keep the old ones.
Yeah.
Because that's what everybody knows.
Yeah.
And so,
if it ain't
you know,
broke,
90%, if it ain't broke, yeah. And so 90% was already in the box, in the can.
In the can, as they say. Another additional voice is Yakuza 0. Another Sega series.
Yeah, that was one of the top things. I like the Yakuza series. It seems very interesting.
Yeah.
Especially for us living in Japan.
It's known as kind of like a spiritual successor to the Shenmue games. Very open world, lots of explorations, except way more violent and seedy than those games were.
Yeah.
They are very fun.
The dark side of Shenmue.
You get your fictionalized version of Kabukicho.
But, it was set back in the 80s kind of in Kabukicho, I guess. Yeah. And I was here at that time. And, I mean, when you're walking down into Kabukicho and you go to that area where they had the movie theaters.
Yeah.
Right? You turn left and there's that kind of open area and movie theaters and bowling alley, stuff on the right.
Yeah.
It's there. It's in the game.
Yeah.
So it's like Shenmue when you go on the Buita Street.
Yeah.
Except in Yakuza, you're in Shinjuku.
Yeah.
And I know that.
Yeah.
I fucking grew up in that area when I
spent a lot of time.
I spent a lot of time in Kabukicho.
Yeah.
It was the fun place.
Yeah.
And,
Still is.
And a lot of people think it's all like red light district and Yakuza hookers and stuff.
That's only 80% of it, honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's like only most of what goes on there.
And only at night.
And only at night, and a little bit during the day. But,
Yeah.
Because 20% though is...
In the daytime, it's just like, regular people walking around, going to movies and bowling and stuff.
Yeah, that other 20% is good, clean fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so, my first day in Japan, I got in a fight with the Yakuza in Kabukicho.
Is that right?
My first night in Japan.
Someone just was like, hey, you should come hang down here.
I was 23 years old. I found a youth hostel that was like $15 a night to stay in. When I first came, I had no job, I had no money, I had no friends, I had nothing. No reservation. I just got on a plane with one carry-on and one suit. Came to Japan. Cheapest place I could find. I only had like $300 in my pocket. And I just I found a job working on my first day. And after work, and the school was in Shinjuku. So after work, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna walk around. And so I walked around and I saw, a lot of people, busy area, lights and stuff. Kabukicho, I'll go here.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on. And so I went to Kabukicho and I was walking around. And this guy, drunk old dude, really short cut hair, kind of like an old Yakuza looking guy.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Yeah.
I didn't know at the time.
Sure.
You didn't know. Now you do.
I know now, yeah.
But the way he was walking, his clothes, his haircut, his style, and he was drunk. And, this was 1986, not a lot of foreigners in Japan, and maybe he just didn't really like foreigners.
Maybe.
But he definitely didn't like me.
Yeah.
So...
Just hard to imagine.
Hard to imagine.
Like Eric.
So he just walked up to me, and starts yelling in my face.
Yeah.
Like really in my face. And I just like push him down. I'm like, fuck you, get out of my face, old man.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know who he was or what he was doing, but he was fucking in my face.
Yeah.
So I push him down and he goes like somersaulting over on the street. These two like high school or not university, these two like university, about the same age as me.
Yeah.
Japanese guys.
Yeah.
Grab me.
Yeah.
And just like whisk me away to safety. Because they go, he's like a big Yakuza guy and they're gonna kill you if they, you know, if you stay there. And they took me out and they, you know, bought me some beers and we had some yakitori and that was my first drink and food in Japan. Was as by the rescuers away from the Yakuza in Kabukicho.
So a hell of a first day.
I know it was fun. I got a job on my first day.
Yeah.
Got in a fight with the Yakuza.
Almost. Yeah.
Perfect day.
Couldn't go any better. Nice. All right, what do we got? Get out of my face, old man. Thank you. Yes, Weeding Rin. So there you go. Eric Kelso's first day in Japan. Gets a job day one. Puts a fucking old Yakuza guy on his ass. And then goes out drinking with some college kids. Doesn't get any better than that.
And that's just, you know, living in Japan, he'll tell you, living in Japan is full of adventure.
Yeah. A lot of shit goes on, especially after dark. Especially if you hang around the right areas. It can get a little bit rowdy sometimes. All right, what do we got? Okay, so after Yakuza 0, Transformers Pachinko, you did the voice of Optimus Prime.
I was Optimus Prime.
Nice. So, how the hell do you land a gig like that?
Same way they all come. Agent calls you. Are you free on this day and that?
Hey, this Eric Kelso guy looks nice.
Okay, I don't know how they chose me.
Yeah.
But this time it's not a game. It's
Pachinko.
It's a pachinko game, not a video game, but a pachinko game.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I've never done a pachinko game before. That's kind of cool.
Nice.
And so they said, we want you to be Optimus Prime. So I just kind of watch it, Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Probably did better at that time.
Yeah.
And then I just had to say a lot of different lines that are spoken in the game, in the pachinko game, when you score or at the beginning of something. You know, like any game has those kind of commands or catchphrases and things. And that was fun. It was fun to do a pachinko game.
Yeah, and you get the pleasure of being Optimus Prime.
And Optimus Prime's a good guy. Yeah.
Time Crisis 5.
That's where I did the facial.
The face motion capture stuff.
Motion capture.
Yeah. Because you play the character Mark Goddard.
Yeah.
And the Time Crisis games are you hold the gun and you shoot at the screen and everything.
Yeah.
But I guess you would see the characters for cutscenes.
So I guess when he has to actually turn and like talk.
Yeah.
There's something like you want to see his face.
Yeah.
So I did the voice and it matched my face muscles.
Yeah.
So that was cool. But it was funny because as you can see, I don't have very thick eyebrows and they're very blonde. So the camera wasn't picking up. So they actually had to put like mascara, or not mascara, what do they call it?
Eyeliner?
Eyebrow pencil or whatever.
Yeah.
Eyebrow pencil they had to put on my eyebrows so that the machine could like catch the eyebrows.
Because the machine was like, this is confusing. Human has no eyebrows.
Right.
Cannot capture.
Right.
So they stenciled you in
So they stenciled me in.
some nicer eyebrows. All right.
And I wore them out that night.
Did you?
No.
Okay. There we go. So, yeah, for Time Crisis, they had to stencil some eyebrows in for Mr. Kelso.
I got no eyebrows.
After Time Crisis, another Ace Combat game, but this time as a tower controller. That's not as fun as a fighter pilot.
No, it's tower control.
You're clear to come in for landing.
Oh, you got you on a runway a niner?
Yeah, that's not as fun. Devil's Third Online, various voices.
I don't really remember that one. Again, various voices, but I don't really remember that game.
2015.
And no one's ever asked about that game before, so I never got any feedback.
Pokemon Treta.
Oh, that was kind of fun.
What is Pokemon Treta?
It's a Pokemon game, you know, mostly for kids.
Yeah.
And Treta was kind of like a tournament.
Uh-huh.
And so all the Pokemon are fighting and doing things in a tournament.
Yeah.
And I'm the like ring announcer. So I'm the, and here we have Pokemon versus somebody kind of thing. And so his voice landed like this, and it's round one, ready, fight, let's go, kind of thing. But it's for kids, so it's not too heavy. It's not like round one.
Okay.
You know, so it's for kids. So you can play it at in Asagaya at the Seiyu supermarket on the second floor. They got it.
Nice.
With all the kids' video games.
Okay, so something a little more cute.
So it's a little more cute. It's like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
It's Pokemon versus this
One
guy.
One of these Pokemon is gonna die.
Right.
All right. After that, Night Cry. Harry Newscaster HQ.
No idea.
What the fuck is Night Cry?
I have no idea.
I've never heard of that in my life. If anyone in the chat knows what the hell Night Cry is, feel free.
You know, people put stuff up on IMDb. I don't know.
After that, Fire Pro Wrestling World. You're the announcer.
I guess.
It's another one that's just like,
yeah,
I guess so.
Sometimes, you know, they give you set lines to read, and you just go and you read them, and they don't show you, you know, because it wasn't a character, it's just an announcer.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to do a character voice or anything.
Okay, so you just knew you were announcing for something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sometimes, unless it has some uniqueness to it, you don't really remember.
Okay, so Fire Pro Wrestling World. After that, you did 2 fitness boxing games where you are the voice of Evan, which sounds, that's the name of a fucking personal trainer.
Yeah.
Evan.
And he looked like an Evan.
Okay.
That was kind of fun. That was a workout, actually.
Yeah.
Because that was, you know, quite a few hours. And had to be really ganky the whole time.
Yeah.
And this was during the first one came out in 2018.
Yeah.
And the second one 19. So the first one got a lot of play because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Because
People
it's
staying home and
it's a home exercise game.
yeah.
So basically the character is standing like this. Okay, everybody. I'm an instructor at fitness boxing. All right, let's go. First, we're gonna try some jabs. All right, ready? Left, left, left. Okay, combination. Let's go. Left, right, kind of thing. And so I had to do the voice of all of the entire workouts. Basically, I had to do the workout.
Okay.
So my voice, I can't just go left, right, left, right.
Yeah.
I was standing in the microphone,
So
and I'm throwing the punches
Yeah.
as I'm doing it. So it really, you know, it sounds. Otherwise, it's just left, right, left, right.
Because it has to sound exhausted.
It has to. The breath is really important.
Yeah.
So I had to really do the whole workout, and I'd have to like take a break because I was just exhausted. But you still have to keep that happiness and that, you know, aerobic instructor kind of fake smile voice going. And so it was exhausting, but it was a good workout, and it was a lot of fun. And so, and they made another one. They said they made the second one surely on the back of the popularity of the first one, and on the kind of vampire timing of it. Like, people are home, let's make another one, so we can sell it to them, you know, kind of thing. But I mean, smart business.
And you get to be Evan.
Be Evan.
I'm your personal trainer, Evan.
And he was like really good looking guy, coiffed hair, and like, let's go.
He's got to be wearing like a tank top.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Got to be tank top.
Yeah, kind of a tight.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Eric Kelso as the one and only Evan. We just got a $5 super chat from Saturn Tubes. Saturn Tubes says, moving to Japan in December. Trained in VO for 3 years with a big name Hollywood coach. Do I have any hope at looking for VO work in my spare time? That's a good. Do you have and Saturn Tubes, by the way? Thank you for the super chat. Your name is now going into the drawing for our big prize tonight, the signed copy of US Shenmue. So I'm going to add your name to the list. But that is a good question, Eric. Do you have maybe any advice for aspiring voiceover artists, maybe here in Japan or abroad?
20 years ago, there was more work because less people knew about it.
Yeah.
There are many people who are very good at voice acting. But 20 years ago, less people actually knew that you could actually do that for work, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Now, people are more aware of it, so there are more people doing it. So there's more competition. That's the only thing I can really say about the business.
So, Your advice would be
don't give up.
Be really good.
Be good. Be lucky. Promote a lot. But try. Try.
Yeah.
And so make a good demo. Look at other people's demos that you like, and see what appeals to you about what they do. Try to do something similar. Talk to other voice actors. Talk to agents. Talk to agents, and say to voice acting agents, and say, what should I do? What is hot right now? What is the industry looking like? What direction should I go in? And get yourself out there. Look professional. Be professional. Never complain. Never give advice. Mm-hmm. You are just the voice actor. You are not the writer. You are not the director.
Yeah.
And
shut up and color.
Shut up and color. Yeah. And if you're ever working in Japan, like I said, the industry is pretty flooded here as well. Don't come over here saying, I'm going to be a full-time voice actor. It's not going to happen. Come over here and be an English teacher. And then do voice acting on the side and slowly build up from there. And if you're in Japan, never be late for a job. Always be prepared. Always be on time. Always be friendly. Always be professional. In Japan, your attitude and your professionalism is as important as the work you do, right?
I can totally vouch for that, yes.
And so, be professional, be respectful, be stand-up person. In Japan, they work because they want to make their company stronger, and they want to do a good job. Some countries, especially, I don't know, at least when I was in America, a lot of people are just working to make money, and they want to work as little as possible. And they want to take advantage of the company as much as possible. And their job is not about making the company better. The job is putting as much money in their pocket as possible with as little work as possible.
Yeah.
And that's not how it is in Japan. In Japan, the pride is not in putting money in your pocket, but doing a good day's work and being part of a group, part of a family, which is your company. And being respected by your fellow employees and your superiors. And there's a lot of pride in work in Japan, which I really respect. I've learned, you too, right?
Yeah.
It's amazing. You're more adult in Japan. In some ways, they're much more like little kids.
At least you're encouraged to be so.
In some ways, some things are so childish, but in some ways, they're more adult. At least pride in your work.
Yeah.
I think is a very nice thing here.
Mm-hmm. And I'll just say, when you do those things, when you have pride in your work, and you can put something before yourself, typically the money follows anyway.
Yeah, people will notice it.
Yeah.
They'll respect it.
When you're really good at what you do, when you're undeniable, the money just comes. But you make a good point that, don't come here expecting I'm just going to do voice work all the time, and it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Myself included, most of the foreign residents that come here, they teach or they have some kind of Joe job, and then they have a side hustle. And especially these days, everyone out here is working for a company, or they're teaching, and they're also a YouTuber, or they're an Instagrammer, or they're on TikTok or Twitch. They're doing live streams. They're doing exactly what I'm doing, or they're trying to get their foot in the door doing some voice work or something like that. I don't think I know very many people here who have just one job they do or something like that.
Unless you're working full-time at one school or one company.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of does various things.
Yeah, you're going to be working all over the place most likely. All right, we're going to wrap up the little kind of the trivia bits. We're going to give away our final prize, and then we're going to be done for the day, folks. So again, at the end of this stream, this copy of US Shenmue, a very kind of, uncommon variation of the game. Eric Kelso is going to be signing it, and I'm going to be giving it away. So if you are a channel member, your name's in the running. So hit the join button, become a channel member. Or if you submit a super chat, $5 or more, you're also in the running for it. So we'll wrap this up. And 2019 was when you started doing the The mod for Shenmue 3.
Yeah.
Recording that.
Yeah.
And as we talked about that kind of at length earlier, it was all pro bono work.
Yeah, everyone.
A passion project. And you said it was a lot of fun. You recorded at your home studio, which is quite impressive, if I do say so myself. A lot of custom work done by this guy here.
Thank you.
But you had a good time working on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was fun. And just, I love Ren, I love Shenmue, and but just the people involved. Everybody at Shenmue World and those guys. Just the nicest guys, and they're in England and America, and they're all different countries, and everybody kind of came together internationally. And it's wonderful to see people passionate about something and unselfishly just spreading goodness.
Yeah, that's
kind
of the thing about gaming fandoms is they're global and they're very passionate.
Yeah.
So across language barriers, across whatever else, people get shit done.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. So yeah, the Shenmue 3 mod, cool stuff. Last two things on the list. First up, Ninjala.
No idea.
Okay, you did that literally 2 years ago.
I have no idea.
I don't know what the fuck that is either. And the final credit on here, Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Show.
Down.
Once again, Jackie.
I think it's actually Showdown.
Is it Showdown?
Yeah, Ultimate Showdown. I typed it wrong.
Ultimate Showdown. Once again, Jackie Bryant.
Yeah.
That was your last time voicing that character, correct?
Yeah, and they just used stock pre-recorded stuff I had done. But as the promotion for that, they made a video of like the history of history of Virtua Fighter, going through all the different games.
And that's where you do your.
And I do
narration, sort of.
We did 6 of them.
Yeah.
And Liesel did the voiceover narration for 3, and I did 3.
Yeah.
Or there were 5. I think she did 3, and I did 2. And because Virtua Fighter 1.
Yeah.
Virtua Fighter 2.
Yeah.
So she did 1, 3, and 5.
Yeah.
I did 2 and 4.
Nice.
And it was really fun because I learned a lot. I didn't even know. I mean, I did the voices for those, but I don't know how they made them or who's in charge or what early renditions, images look like, or interviews with different people, and it was really interesting. And so I did the entire voiceover and explanation, and I said, and in 1985, this was added, a new engine that was like nothing else before.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So it's like Jackie's voice explaining about what's going on.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
So that's fun.
So that was really fun. I got to be Jackie to explain things that are happening.
So
and then Lisa was able to do my sister,
as
Sarah
yeah.
Bryant, and then she was explaining as Sarah, which was a smart thing to do, I think, by them.
So not really much to do for the game itself, but the documentary series that came along with it, a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah. So it was really fun.
Okay, awesome. And that was last year.
Yeah.
And you said you've had some stuff earlier this year, the Cube game thing, and.
Oh, that was one of the things I did. I haven't updated it recently.
Okay.
But the Cube rhythm game thing did that, and then another game. But I do a lot of things besides games. I do a lot of work with NHK TV.
Yeah, that's true. You do. Yeah.
And promotional, corporate videos, educational things.
You're all over this damn country, Eric.
Yeah, it's fun. But when you're freelance, you have to multitask.
Yeah.
Like you said, so.
Cool beans. All right, so that's gonna do it. That's everything from Eric's IMDb. So I would say, kind of like a last call for this, we're gonna draw a winner in, I'd say, 5 minutes. 5 minutes or so. U.S. Shenmue. This is a very uncommon version of this game released in Japan, featuring the English voice cast. So it's got the English voice cast, Japanese voice cast, subtitles for various regions. Very cool indeed. So Eric is going to be signing this. We're going to give it away to one lucky viewer. So if you want your name in the hat for the prize drawing, either sign up, become a channel member, or shoot us a what are we doing? Shoot us a super chat. But
and this is what it looks like inside.
all this stuff is included inside the box there, manuals, everything. So
And I think it has 4 discs.
it's a 4-disc game, yeah.
And I'll sign each disc as well.
So Eric is going to sign the outer box, he'll sign the manual, and he'll sign all the discs as well. And that's going to somebody. So again, we are going to give this away to one lucky viewer. So either hit the join button, become a channel member, or shoot us a super chat. Jerry Torres. My name's in it right if I'm a member. Yes, Jerry, your name is already in the hat. You're already on our sheet. So we got about 5 minutes. We're going to do a drawing for that. So if you're a channel member, you're eligible for the drawing. No, because we'll wrap up and then what do you say we go hit some CJ?
Sure.
All right.
What's CJ?
Carl's Jr.
Oh, they have that here.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't
you
had
haven't
that.
had Carl's Jr. in
Not in 30 years.
30 years. All right. There's a Carl's Jr. here in Akiba. We're going to go crush some, Western bacon cheeseburgers.
Double Western bacon cheeseburger.
So yeah, in about 5 minutes, we'll draw a winner for the final prize of the night. In the meantime, if you guys have some questions, you want to do a little Q&A bit, throw them in the chat section, and we can ask Eric some fun questions. Other than that, yes, Jeff Torres, Carl's Jr. I think there are only 2 Carl's Jr.'s in the whole country, and one of them is right here in Akihabara. So we're gonna go get us some burgers, maybe some waffle fries or something.
Okay.
Crush some of that. That's gonna be good stuff. Well, and then I'll get us kicked off. Then, do you have anything that you're working on right now in terms of like voice work? Is there anything you're looking at or coming down the line, or is it all in the hands of agents?
Basically, it's in the hands of agents.
Yeah.
I'm working on a second book that I've written, putting that together, called Ericisms. I'll mention on my Twitter.
I have a copy of your first book.
And this one's better.
Better in what way, sir?
Well, the first one I made with English and Japanese, so it was good for like Japanese people who want to read it and students and things. And I took some harder ones out, especially ones that kind of criticize organized religion, because my mom wanted to be able to give them to her friends at church. So I had to tone it down a bit.
Soften your edges a little bit. I see.
And it was called Ericisms, Thoughts on Life That Spill Out of My Mouth from Time to Time. And the second one is called Ericisms Spilling Harder.
Okay, awesome.
And there's no Japanese. It's just English. And no punches pulled.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be more fun, I think.
It's Eric, unfiltered and uncut.
And a little smaller.
Nice.
And so it's good for, just keeping your toilet reading shelf or
Cool. So Eric Kelso working on a new book.
a little compartment in your car or something.
We got a $10 super chat from Tosin Stardom. No message. So thank you very much, Tosin Stardom. Your name, I've added you to the list of entrants. So good luck, sir, in winning tonight's big prize. We got a fun question from Matthew Ocean. He wants to know how you and me met. That was quite some time ago.
A few years ago.
I think that was 2018.
I think, well, we were both living in Tokyo, and actually we just lived like
We live
2 minutes apart.
Yeah, we live right next to each other.
And you contacted me, I think.
Yeah.
And I met you and Sam.
Yeah.
We went to
an
an
izakaya.
izakaya,
We got pretty hammered.
and we got pretty hammered and just
And you signed a bunch of stuff for
and
us.
signed a bunch of stuff, and we took some pictures
Have fun.
and had fun. And then just kind of became friends.
I think it was someone had suggested to me, because I had already done multiple podcasts with Corey, and one of my friends who was like a big Sega fan, he was like, "Hey, you should look up Eric Kelso. I'm pretty sure he lives in Tokyo." And I think I just went and found you on Facebook, and I was like, "Hey," I was like, I live right here in Ogikubo." You're like, "Well, I live in Asagaya."
Yeah. It's literally just the next station.
2 minutes.
2 minutes by
apart.
train.
So I was like, I heard you had a reputation. You like to drink, so I was like,
Yeah, I don't do that anymore. That was like 20 years ago. I used to like go out a lot and party a lot.
well,
But I don't do it as much as I used to.
Still, I thought I would, send out the invitation.
I still enjoy drinking. I enjoy hanging out, but I don't, not like I used to.
Well, I was like,
not like when Corey was here.
I live a couple of minutes away from you. If you want, come hang out, have drinks and dinner and whatever, it's on me. Let's just pal around and stuff. I'd love to, pick your brain about stuff. And so you came, you hung out with me and Sam. We got, a little bit drunk.
Yeah.
We had some fun. And then after that, over the past, 4 or 5 years, it's just kind of developed from there.
Yeah, hang out sometimes and
have a few
drinks, talk biz,
talk shit.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff.
Got games and movies and stuff.
Yeah.
We have a lot of similar tastes.
We do.
So, easy.
We like to watch horror movies and play darts. So.
Yeah. Last time we played darts.
We played some darts. That was fun. So thank you very much, Matthew. That was fun. One last question, I guess. Question: how do Japanese producers treat non-Japanese voice actors? And be honest, have you noticed a difference from Japanese voice actors? Have you noticed a difference in treatment or direction or anything?
I don't work with Japanese voice actors, so I don't know. I only know how they treat me when I'm in the studio. We don't work together. The Japanese are done, English are done separately. I sometimes work with other English voice actors, especially if there's dialogue or something like that. Or we just pass each other, in and out of the studio when it's our session. But I don't work with Japanese voice actors at all. Unless it's an educational type of thing, where it's, like a Tekken test or textbook or something.
Sure.
Where they say, "Sa, listening to section this. Ichiban." And then I read.
Yeah.
So they might be a Japanese intro, so we might be in the same, at the same table with different mics. But 95% of the time, it's just by myself or with other English speakers.
But you'd say...
So I don't really know. I think they would be the same.
Maybe you'd say your treatment with Japanese directors and stuff has been pretty good.
Yeah.
Professional.
It's always good. It's always professional. Some are better than others, like anything. Some are very good at explaining what they want. Some are friendly.
Yeah.
Some will joke around, and it's very nice, more Western style.
Yeah.
Some are very Japanese and very serious, and don't explain very well what they want exactly. Sometimes they speak English, sometimes they don't. So it's just it's not really a cultural or being a foreigner or not a foreigner. It's more just an individual person kind of thing, like anything else.
Nice.
But, it's always professional. Sometimes it's friendly, sometimes it's not, but it's always professional.
I've worked with a number of, worked with Japanese companies, worked for a production company as well in Roppongi. Japanese bosses, always professional and respectful.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I was treated any different from anybody else.
Yeah, always treated nice.
Very nice. Okay, well that'll do it. So we got to draw one final winner. Again,
For the big money.
For the big prize, U.S. Shenmue, signed by Mr. Eric Kelso. So we're going to go here. We're going to do our final drawing. We've got a random number generator here, 1 through 20, and let's generate a new winner. 4.
Oh, low numbers.
And the winner is Ivo Poblet, or Poblet, P-O-B-L-E-T-E. Ivo is not here with us tonight, but Ivo has just won this bad boy with signatures all over it.
And I will sign that. He's not here, so I'll just sign it. My name.
Much appreciated. All right.
And get that to him.
Do my eyes deceive me, or do we have one additional 8x10?
I think we do.
Oh my God. Bonus prize. We have...
One more.
We have an additional 8x10. So let me come here. We have got one more 8x10 to be signed by Mr. Kelso. So U.S. Shenmue goes to Evo. And this final signed 8x10 is going to go to who? Number 20.
Oh, good. Higher number.
Number 20 is Scotty Moe. Scotty Moe. Scotty Moe just won him a signed 8x10.
Is he in the house?
He was earlier. Let's go see. Scotty, if you're still here, let us hear you. Scotty Moe, you've just won yourself a signed 8x10 by Mr. Eric Kelso. If you're in the chat, you can give us a personalized message you'd like on your 8x10. There you go. So Evo, you win the copy of US Shenmue, and Scotty Moe, who they say they think he left, but he gets himself a nice 8x10. And Scotty doesn't know. That's right, Ghost 217. Unfortunately, it seems like Scotty has already left the chat, but Scotty Moe,
I'll sign everything for him.
I'll sign
Get
it.
off to
I'll
you.
make sure he knows he's got himself a signed 8x10 headed his way. Everyone else that won tonight were all channel members. So you see there, it pays to sign up for the Kid Shoryuken channel memberships because you win stuff. So all of those people, I will do a channel members community post with all the winners listed in there, and then you can get to me on kidshoryukengmail.com with a screenshot of your channel dashboard and claim your prizes, get your shipping info, and get this stuff shipped out to you. That is for Mr. Scotty Moe.
Should I put in any kind of words on here?
Oh yeah, why not? I'll leave it up to your fine judgment. Paul, would you like a Paul quote, a Jackie quote?
I did a Paul, a Jackie, and a Ren.
Do we have any quotes from Guizan?
Guizan says,
No, that's my line.
No, that's my line. Good.
at the end when they say, thank you, he says, thank you. And he turns around and says, no, that's my line.
I like it. No, that's my line, says Mr. Eric Kelso. Woo. All right. Wow, so we actually went for 2.5 hours, Mr. Kelso. It's quite a lot of work out of us today. All right. So Scotty Moe, you got your signed 8x10 coming to you. So that's 4 8x10s going out, as well as signed copies of Tekken 3 and US Shenmue. Again, 5 out of the 6 winners today, all channel members. So hit the join button, sign up for channel memberships. I do multiple giveaways every month, so get in there. Plus, I post stuff early for the members, community posts, all kinds of cool stuff like that. Anyway, that's it.
We done?
We are done. We have that's it today for Mr. Eric Kelso. I hope everyone enjoyed watching. We had a lot of fun sitting here and chatting with you guys, going down memory lane, so to speak. Eric, any last message for the folks, the Sonic Sega fan jam?
For me, that's kind of what I'm working on right now. It's coming next month.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia, my first time in the South. And Corey will be there. Lisa will be there. Another guy, I forget his name, from Sonic will be there. And we'll be the 4 main people at a panel kind of discussion, question, answer thing. We'll be there signing autographs, taking pictures, talking to people. And with some people, I think we're having like a special pizza bash that night for a lot of the top. It was a Kickstarter thing, so the top like supporters at Kickstarter and everything. We're gonna have a special dinner and do things there, and should be really fun. Looks like a great venue. Come out. It's for students. It's for fans by fans. And so it will have a very low-key kind of relaxed thing. They got a cosplay contest, they all kinds of stuff.
Nice.
So it should be really fun.
Awesome.
So looking forward to that. November 12th, Saturday, and Atlanta, Hilton Marietta Hotel and Conference Center.
So if you're anywhere near Atlanta, Georgia at that time, go to these Sonic Sega Fan Jam. Go see Eric. Go see Corey, go see Lisa, go see a bunch of people connected with Sega, have some fun, and get some cool stuff off this guy, because like I said earlier, he's going to be there with a lot of stuff from his long-lived personal collection, and he's going to be signing it and selling it to passionate fans, so that should be pretty sweet.
Yeah, be fun.
All right, so again, thank you everyone. Last call to the chat. Thank you Matthew Ocean, and congratulations on winning 2 prizes tonight. Thank you Wu Ying Rin. Have a wonderful day there in Louisiana. Phantom Riverstone, he said, awesome interview. Thank you for your incredible support for the Shenmue community. Eric.
Thanks, Brett.
So thanks everybody for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. Stick around, come back, more streams in the future. I'm going to be giving away more prizes, going to more cool places, maybe sitting down, talking with more cool people. So with that, everyone, take care. Have a great day, great night, whatever the case may be, wherever you are, whenever you are. Take care. Goodbye.
Bye. Thanks.